Hello, friends. Welcome back. If you were here earlier, hello. All right. Do we know if the update is actually live? Let's see. Properties. Go to here. Game versions. Normal. Oh, we have an update. It's live. Yes, sir. Does that mean you guys are earning drops right now? Console's updating. Nice. Not sure? No drops yet. Okay. Thank you, Mayor. That's good to know. No, that's good to know. I don't want to change my title to say that they're on if they're not on yet. It should have went live with the update, so I don't know what's going on. Watch. We're gonna get a message. Those are gonna go live in like 6 hours. I swear to God. The update is not here. Why? The update is literally here. Yeah. Or I just got an update on my Phasmos. I'm about to open it up right now. Let's see. Let's do the old switcheroo. Thank you for the sub. No update on the PS5 yet? Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and open up Phas and we'll see what happens. Oh, turn that off. Also, I should be able to turn.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
Turn that off. Let's see. Oh God. What updated? It is not here. PS5's updating now. Xbox works? Yeah, but you don't have. Did I open it too soon? Tom said he was on an older version even after updating. I literally just updated and it's not it. Okay, it literally just happened. This second, I just saw the banner of Steam change and update show up. We were just a little too preemptive. That's all. Just a little too fast. had to restart Steam. I didn't have to restart Steam. I saw it happen in front of my face. What the hell? Welcome in, guys. Good to see you. Are drops on? I don't know yet. Yeah, people are going to have to let me know when they see them. I don't know. I'm also going to be trying to like eat while also playing without like eating. I don't like to eat too much on stream. Yeah. Drops are on. Hey, let's go. All right. 2 hours from now, friends. 2 hours from now. And I'm launching the update right now. We're launching. Is that a community hype train? People can earn emotes. Drops are live. Let's go. Hell yeah. If you're wondering what you guys are able to earn with the drop, you're going to be able to earn this. Update delayed again? I don't think so. No, we should be okay. Madam Wolf, thank you for the 3 months. Danielle, thank you for the 9 months. Blue Splash. There was no rizzing happening. Get out of here. There she is. There she is, Captain. Tis here. Tis here. Okay, so that stuff saved for me. Okay, good deal. Let's see. Okay, good. Good. Percy, thank you for the subs. Drops are live. They're live right now. Yes, sir. Now, wait. Let me go back to... Okay, you can still look at it. So that's cool. You can still look at it in game. That's nice. Even though obviously you have to watch for 2 hours to get it, you can still preview it inside the game right now. Yeah. Can you change the patch on your arm? You know, it's funny you say that. It is funny that you say that. Hold on. Let me back out and go in again. Maybe it'll let me see my patch again. Do I not see my patch on this jacket? I thought I did. Or is it not, or is it just not show it in this view? I don't know. What is the death room? The death room is the room that you see whenever the ghost gets you, and it's sitting in there wiggling in the corner before the light bursts. Raid yourself from there. I did, so that way all the lurkers would be able to earn the drops. Yeah. Can only see it in multiplayer. Oh, that's a boo. You can't even see it inside of the customization screen. Oh, Sag. Sugared Chef, thank you for the gifted, dude. Excited for the update? It's live. It is live for everybody right now. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm just curious. I don't walk in here very often. Oh, look, it's a tater cheap. Hey, what's up, Master? How are you? Steam's updating. Let's go. All right. It is live, friends. If you guys have not already updated, make sure to update so that way you guys can go play right now. You don't know which character is yours, though. You got to go with what you feel. I went with what felt right for me. Yeah. Do you play with your friends or with random? Just asking. Do I play with my friends or random? All the above. Yeah. The save button is grayed out for me. What am I doing wrong? The save button is grayed out for you. What did you change when you tried to save? I'm in school, new to Phas. Any tips? Can't hear you. I hope that helps. What the hell? I'm new to Phas. I can't hear you. Also, I'm closing my eyes. Tip. What the? Stay in school, pay attention, open your ear holes. Yeah, I guess. What the hell is that supposed to mean? Oh, hey, why'd that turn off? Excuse you. Excuse you. You turn yourself back. Wait. Yeah, give me that one. And where's the other one? What was the other? What was the other one I had? Oh, I had the eyeball. You know what I should have though? No, I should have my. Oh well, if I wanted, yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna have my partner one on there. I like it. I dig. Gonna enjoy while at work. So the drops are live right now. Yeah, Fancy. Thank you for the 24 months, dude. Thank you for the 2 years. All right, man. We're just gonna get into it. I think that's the plan here. I think we're just gonna get into it. Let's go straight to Tangle Streets. I'm gonna do it on Pro so that way you guys can see us use the wristwatch in action. Yeah. Good morning, friends. Hello. When I try to change into the save button is grayed out. Right, but what have you changed? If you're having any issues with Phas, my suggestion would be to go to the Phasmo server and let them know you're having issues. That's the best thing you could possibly do, because then they'll be able to help. Hands look so funky. They do look a little weird. And we're hoping for some changes at some point. Yeah. Got me playing on the car while you work. Hey, Miss V, appreciate you. Thank you for the follows, friends. Welcome in. Drops are live. You have to watch for 2 hours. 2 hours to get your drop. All right. Connected Twitch drops went ahead, updated. Apparently, I failed in not getting the drops until I open it and don't again. And failed not getting the drops until I open it. I got nothing. I got nothing. Callie, thank you for the biddies. I would try logging out, logging back in. If that doesn't work, again, reach out to them. They might be able to help. All right, let's go to Tangle Streets. Where's my coffee? There it is. Oh, it's a hurricane outside. Oh, thank God. Save button seems to be great when having something equipped that you haven't bought. Oh, so they're probably trying to put stuff on and then haven't actually purchased what it is that they're trying to put on yet. So it's not letting you save because you can't save. What the hell is going on? Good Lord. What's up, Ziggy? How are you? Are the characters still going to break their backs when looking up? No, you do break your neck, though. You do break your neck. Perfect. Typhoon outside? It sure sounds like it, doesn't it? What in the hell? Oh my God. Percy, thank you for another 5 subs, dude. Appreciate you. All right, let's go. That's ultimately better, I guess. I mean, pick your poison, okay? The best we got. Best we got. For those that are wondering what is this up here, by the way, I do St. Jude streams every May. So for the entirety of May, we raise money for St. Jude. I do this every year, and I do it for the entire month. So if it's something that you are interested in, that you might be able to donate to, it is an amazing charity. I love them so much. Oh, it is raining out there. Thank you. It's an amazing charity. If you're unable to now, like I said, all month long, we're going, and I'm going to add some more stuff that we can do for milestones soon. I had COVID last week and it was pretty awful. All right. Hi, Juju. Hope you're recovering well. So much better than what I was, for sure. Hey, will you please relax? Okay, you're definitely here. The ghost knows that it's raining. I'll take the umbrella. Sure. The update is live right now. Yeah. Oh, I need to change my... There we go. I changed my title to make sure that it says player character update also. Yeah. Oh my god, dude, I gotta get in the truck or something. It's so effing loud. Ghost is telling you to get the umbrella. Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. There we go. Perfect. Wish you could pick a character and change the hair and the facial. I assume that that's stuff that's going to come eventually. I think it's just stepping stones. So we have this first, and then after this, then they will add the ability for us to do that. I can only assume. So we will see. Oh, Nova, of course, dude. Of course. It's so weird now. What's weird now? I want a mirror so I can see what I look like in game. We made that suggestion as well. Yep. We made that suggestion as well. We think that we should have a mirror in the lobby so that way we can get a better look at all the stuff that we have on. We definitely should be able to. Maddie, thank you for the dono to St. Jude. Wow, thank you for the donos. Thank you, dude. Appreciate you. Thank you. Nanny McPhee? What do you mean, Nanny McPhee? What the hell? All right, give me a second here, friends, because I need to update something and then I'll be ready to go. So just enjoy the soothing sounds of the hurricane that is happening outside real quick. Like how you break your wrist holding the flashlight. I know, break your wrist with a flashlight, with the watch, with all the things, man. I know. Hurricane ASMR? You bet your anus. All right, I don't know what I need. Drops are active though. So the drops went active with the update. So they are live right now. What do I need? I need this. Sorry, I've been juggling multiple things this morning. I went live this morning, ready to rock, ready to go. And then there was delays and things like that. So I was like, okay, well, I guess I got to pause. And then I was doing work this morning. And then after the work this morning, I was, all right, I'm ready to go. So I need to pause the work, what I'm doing. Yeah, so it's a balancing act. But you know what, though? We make it work. That's what matters. That's what matters. All right, that looks good. Export PNG. It's good. I did put my first look video up on the tubes. That is live right now, by the way, if anybody didn't get to see it. How long do we have to watch for? 2 hours. Yep, 2 hours. Seems more like juggling than balancing. I mean, you're not wrong, but we make it work. How do you check for drops? Go to twitch.tv/drops. It will show you your progress. I wish there was an easier way for you to be able to do it without having to jump through hoops, but unfortunately, if I'm juggling, you're jumping through hoops. What are the drops? It's that one right there. That is the one that you can earn. Player character update. It's here. There we go. And it's okay. There we go. There we go. Now we're talking. Okay. Groovy. Ready to go. What does the watch do? So the watch allows you, as long as your sanity board is active and not broken, you can actually see your sanity on your watch. So you can change your colors if you go to the menu. So if you go into here into options, go to game and change these. If it's a little hard to see, you can make it a little more vibrant, like a bright red or whatever you want. It doesn't matter. But either way, whatever color you choose that's there, that's the color, a ring you see around the watch. And the time that you see is the time in game after you've opened the door. Yeah. Oh shit, you can't see anything because of this. I'm so sorry. Repeat one more time. So anyway, so the watch, the ring around the watch is your sanity. It's a John Cena watch. Yeah, shut up. The ring around the watch is your sanity. That color is based on the color that you have chosen within the menu. So if you look here, player one color, and then you can choose if you have multiple people in your lobby, 2, 3, 4, you can choose their colors too. So if you want to make it more vibrant for them, make it a lot easier, whatever you want to do. But the time is how much time since you've opened the front door. The ring around that is your sanity. Yeah. James, welcome in. Why's your hand broken? Why's your hand broken? You just walk around judging people based on how their hands look? Maybe mind your own damn business. I'm assuming on Nightmare the watch doesn't work. So the watch works, but the sanity portion of it does not. Oh my god, the rain is so effing loud, dude. All right, are you still here? Did I scare you away with my distance? Ooh, long enough for it to be freezing. Let's go. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you near? Are you here? Are you close? Joanne, thank you for the sub, dude. Where are you? Are you here? I'm on pro right now, so that way you guys can see the sanity with the watch. Yeah, I wanted you guys to have the ability to see how that works. I normally play on Nightmare. Nightmare's my jam. Can you ask me something? No. No, you're not allowed. Sorry. It's better just to ask. My custom? Yeah, or you could do a custom where you have the sanity on. Absolutely. Yeah. You don't equip the watch. You just hold... hey, it's out a lot of the time depending on the equipment that you're holding. But if you put your flashlight down and you hold the right click on your mouse, then it comes up. Yeah. Oh, I didn't like those lights anyway, piece of trash. He was gone for 5 days and he came back sassy. Yeah, you asked for this. You know you asked for this. Thank you for the subs. Kai, thank you for the 4 months. Hawk, thank you for the 3. Oh, you suck. See, I knew chat was stinky. Hi, break. You updated Phas. How do you change your character outfit? Have you gone to look in the menu at all? Out of curiosity. It's a little hard for me to try to explain that stuff to you when I'm not actually in the lobby. Yeah. Let's bring this guy. Nah. So, maybe take a look. Yeah. Take a look around. Let's do dude skis. Boop. Put a book down here. We have freezing, and that's all I know so far. That's all I know. Hey, Battlestar, how are you? Any way that I can change back to the old UI? No. They don't let you customize the UI and changing which versions you like and which you don't. We got to adapt to the new one, or we have to voice our opinions that we like something better, or we want something different. Yeah. Looking, but that requires me to go look at it. Is the update out now? I'm confused. Yeah, why are you confused? Yeah, what do you mean? I love how you don't sugarcoat. And once you do everything, well, that's what I'm saying. It's like, I updated the game. No, this is no offense by any means. It's like, I updated the game. How do I do this? Well, have you looked around in the lobby or in the game at all? No. Probably a really great place to start. It's not working for you. Try restarting if you're on console. If it's Steam, try restarting Steam. I literally watched it happen live. I watched it happen live. You take offense? Well, I offer defense, so I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, here's a crucifix for you. Get yourself something nice. All right, do this. What am I holding? Oh, a smooge. I don't need you right now. We're fine. We're at 80. Oh. I don't want to stand out here too much because it's so effing loud. It's so loud. All right, UV's not a question. I didn't see orbs. If I didn't see orbs, that means I'm going to have EMF 5. If it's true. I think you got dots. I'm not convinced. I want to see it again. The shirt and mask are free, but the necklace wants 25. So is it still asking us to pay for the necklace that we earned? Is that true? Because that just doesn't seem right. Yes, that doesn't seem right. Yeah, I'll have to ask them about that. That's weird. Like, hey, you earned this. Now you can buy it? Kind of weak. Yeah, a little bit. A little rude. How to check the watch? Right click. If you're on controller, if you're on like console, I don't know. I never played console, so I don't really know what the controls are like for that. I do apologize. Hi, Emmy. How did I begin? I had to pay. It says, yeah, see, that's weird. Super weird. I don't like it. I don't like it. All right, so she's just meandering back and forth here. What is my objectives by chance? Crucifix, I need a photo, and firelight. All right, let's go get a photo camera. Can I have the stream muted or will it Twitch? It should work. Yeah, I think so. If we have to pay to in writing, I mean, I don't have to complain. Like, I have zero complaints that I can make about like the money side of it, but still, like, you shouldn't earn it and then have to pay for it. That's ridiculous. Can the new player model block the dots? Yes. Yeah, because you have shadows now. You absolutely can. Give me this guy. Let's bring in Assault and another crucifix. Rip to the people that are broke. Rip indeed, sir. Rip indeed. Crystal, thank you for the 13 months. Thank you, thank you. All right. Let me see here. I want to show you. So you see the dots? Look. So you can. Also, you remember the whole thing where like I was invisible in the van, but my clothes were showing whenever I was looking into the video camera in the van? I think that's a bug and we reported it. Are you still here? I see my breath. No, because the mirror in the bathroom is not like a legit mirror. So, no, unfortunately. That'd be really cool. Did you? Did you move, lady? Where did she go? Ma'am? 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 Oh, you suck. Are you in there now? Oh. Oh. Rude. What's up, Ari? She doesn't want you. But Grandma... I think she's moving into here. Oh, no. Merry Christmas. Oh, Merry Christmas. Wait. No. Gotcha. Sorry. Got her. Yeah, eat that, nerd. Hey, Mixed Dark. Wife and I love watching. Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you. I assume it's moving into here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, bud. Oh, yeah, bud. Yeah. She's moving. She's schmoving. Look at her in here. All wily. How long are we going to be live today? A few hours is my goal. I literally stopped streaming earlier so that I could be live longer now. Do I got bald IRL? Yeah, what this thing just said. What? Hey, what's up, Atomic? Wish that the facial hair was separate. Me too. I wish that there was more options. There is paint. There absolutely is. And thank you for the biddies, dude. The flashlight test with the miling, that's pretty reliable. It can be a little bit tough if you are on a small map like Edgefield. Edgefield's probably one of the hardest ones to do that with. It's just going to eat these crews. Probably one of the hardest maps to do it on. But, oh, you mother sucker. All right, hold on. I'll show you. So a miling's footsteps are quieter than other ghosts. Listen here, I swear to God. Oh, you suck so much butt. I'm gonna assault you, lady. Want to get assaulted? I think she wants to get assaulted. What a jerk. So, before we were so rudely interrupted. So, the delay that you see with the animation does not actually delay the smudge itself. The smudge itself is instant. So even though it looked like it took me a minute to get the lighter to light the smudge, as soon as I'm getting the lighter out, smudge is happening already. Yep. So, about that flashlight test we were talking about. So what I do is I make sure that I'm away from, really noisy crap on like hurricane maps, sort of like this. And I'll put the flashlight down at my feet. A miling's footsteps are quieter than other ghosts. For any other ghost, you will hear the footsteps of the ghost before you see this blinking. And it's because its footsteps are so loud, you can hear them outside of the range to where the flashlight would normally blink. With the miling, it's like a meter difference between being able to hear its footsteps and then the electronics going off, like you're freaking out. That's why whenever you're doing a miling test with a flashlight, if you hear nothing, maybe you hear like objects getting thrown, doors getting touched, and then all of a sudden you start to hear the footsteps and you start to see the flashlight blink, probably a miling. Probably a miling. It's a pretty reliable test. I think the hardest place to do that test is Edgefield, for sure. Is there an animation for holding a burned crucifix? That's a fantastic question. I would love to know the answer to that. I don't know if there's a new one. I mean, there kind of already is an animation for that, but I don't know if it's different now because of the stuff. Why Edgefield? Because of each floor is really small. Really small. Thank you for all the follows. So it makes it's a little harder. Yeah, you better walk on, hard ass. Hey, what's up, Paul? All right, I know what the ghost is. Do we? Oh, you still haven't blown. Don't. Yeah, eat that, idiot. Big stupid. Hangman death animation's crazy. I haven't seen it yet. Granny, it's your birthday. She really does not like us here. No, she's not a fan. Mind if I borrow your hat? Still planning on doing different tier runs? Yes, absolutely. We'll do some tier 1, some tier 2. See how the different stuff goes. Oh, the tarot card animation's a little effed right now. Yeah, I experienced that yesterday. I don't know if that's still the case. Hey, Rose, thank you for the Prime. Carrie, thank you for the 16 months. Hello. You know what? I'm just going to leave you there with that because I hate you. Maybe I can get another in time. Explain the new watch. Sure. There's a watch. It has the time from when you open the door. It shows the microphone if it's open or not, and the ring around the watch, it shows your sanity. There you go. All right, we run. I have enough time to get another one in here. Do this. And then do that. All right, if that doesn't work, I got nothing, dude. I got nothing. And you can change the ring color. Correct. Yep. Hey, what's up, Link? Oh, the update's been great. It's been great. I think one of the things a lot of people were really worried about is they were worried that, oh God, they were worried. Oh, hey, it did it. That there would be a lot of obstruction with all the items. I'm not feeling that. I'm really not. Yes, you can see yourself in the cursed mirror. Yes, you can. Yes. Hold on. I have the mirror in there, don't I? Here, I'll go take a look. Let me get some sanity real quick. Did you say that you can check your sanity on the watch? That's exactly what I said. Yes. Foot animation script? It's fine. They'll fix it eventually. That's the least of my worries is if I'm staring at my feet the entire time I'm playing, I'm doing something wrong. Oh my God. Paul? Faye? Isaac? Thank you for the subs, guys. I mean, unless you're into that thing. I don't want to, like, yucky or yum or anything. You know, you do you, I guess. All right, let's go get the mirror. I have no more crucifixes, so if it decides to hunt, that'll be a bad, bad day. You don't stare at your feet? Oh, sorry. Hi, Norm. I totally didn't even say hi to Norm. Such a jerk. We should go to set smudge timer. I think it should be a stopwatch. Oh, hi, Grandmama. Grandmama. All right, I have a smudge. I have a second smudge. We have the mirror. All right, ready? Hold on. Let me turn this off. Let me turn that off. Our goal is to see ourselves and not die. Okay. Are you effing kidding me? Son of a bitch. It kept showing the wrong way. It's going to hunt now. Never mind. We'll try again later. Oh, you finally heard Norm talk? Nice. Not today, Granny. Idiot. Nice try, Grandma. Oh, wait. Wait, open it back up. Wait, do I know what it is? Hold on. Wait, it's an Oni, right? Right? I didn't have orbs. Did I actually figure out what it was, or were we effing around too much? I got the magic conch. Dude, I rarely get that. It's EMF 5 or orbs. We didn't have orbs. We're going to go Oni. If I get it wrong, I deserve this, and Granny is a hero. Oh, it was a Ure, son of a motherfucker. Where was the orbs? I deserve it. She wins. Touche, Granny, touche. It's now impossible to take picture of freezing temps with tier 2, tier 3. It's impossible to take a picture of freezing temps with a tier 2 or tier 3 thermo or camera. Front door ability? No, it just tried to hunt me. No. It just tried to hunt. That wasn't the front door. That wasn't the Ure ability. It just tried to hunt me. Ure's be playing with orbs at times. Like juggling too? Can I have this playing in the background and still get the drop? Yeah, you should be able to. I take pictures with a tier 2 or 3 temp gun and camera. What? No. Wait, what did they say? I missed it. You didn't take a camera in. Oh, did I not even look for orbs? Oh, okay. Then I deserve that. I got, sorry. So squirreled. Yeah. Major squirrel. There's a lot of things happening. Drops today? Yeah, they're today. Let's do a redemption run. All right, let's go to Tangle. We'll do a redemption. You're at the last laugh, that son of a... Yeah, I don't know if they specified which one they were talking about. Does the watch show sanity when on Nightmare Insanity? No. The watch only shows the sanity if this board is active. If you have a custom and you turn this on, then you can see it. Yep. Thermo, as soon as you drop it, turns off. I'd say probably not. Must be a console issue, I guess. As we can see right there, it looks perfectly fine to me. I got nothing. All right, Marsha Alexander, we need to repel, firelight, and a video camera. We'll actually focus a little bit this time. We were too many places on the last one. Oh yeah, I can do it now, Mary. Yeah. Now that it's actually active. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Doing Xbox all the time. Yeah, I don't know what the issue is. I had zero problems. All right, that is good. Ads are in 14 minutes, so that's good. I'll make sure to pause whenever the ads are going to happen. Two-handed? Oh, yeah. Dual wielding. Oh, yeah. Oh, that would actually be real funny if we could dual wield. Hi, Norm. It takes me like 2 hits. Oh, hello, Bone. It takes me like 2 hits to get the front door open. I don't know why. Only streaming for a few hours. Yeah. Yeah. Scott, thank you for the 12 months. Make sure I'm not missing. Here too. Okay. All right. Let's see. She's in the basement. Let's say that. What if she's not in the basement? What are the drops? The drop is that you have from now to the 11th to watch a stream for 2 hours. So I'll be streaming today. I'll be streaming tomorrow, Friday, Sunday. Yeah. Ghosty. Try tarot. Well, it's a little hard to do that when you don't have tarot. I'm gonna start checking temps. This ghost isn't doing anything. Okay. Fine, we'll go room to room. Hey, welcome in, Nessie. Katie, thank you for the 11 months. What up, homie? Reverie, thank you for the prime. Reverie? Hate that everything's harder to see now, especially the journal. It's not that bad. I do wish that it was a little bit closer. And I did mention that to DK, and I think that they're considering it. I assume because many... Oh, hey, it's in the basement. I assume it's because many have said the same thing. What did I say? Oh, you made a guess about what the room is. Oh, well, oh my lucky stars. Can we get you a digital cookie? And if it was wrong, what would you have done? My favorite part of the update. Oh, honestly, one of my favorite parts of the update is the ability to change your ID cards and make them way more custom. Good Lord. Someone say cookie. Use tarot cards. Light up circle. Run upstairs. Run downstairs. How about you let me do my job? They hired me for a reason. Okay? Sound good? Sass is strong. Listen, you got to set the tone. Hoping for better visibility options. I found at first it was a little struggle. Like pulling up the journal like I guess it's just because we're not used to it being further back. So you're trying to read the text as it's smaller, but it's not, I guess, that bad. Now that I'm playing, I don't know. It just feels a little more natural now. All right, put you there, get those two, and this. And our sanity's at 86, so we're good. Does the watch work if your sanity monitor is broken? It does not. What is hazard pay? Oh, it's like 20 bucks. Warbicles. Yeah. I mean, you know, 20 bucks is 20 bucks. Can't complain too much. This is so cursed. You're welcome. Boom. There we go. What difficulty? I'm playing on Pro right now just so that way we can see the sanity on my watch. Yeah. Percy! You listen here, bucko. I assume the next patch is going to be whenever they do the Alan Wake update. Yeah. Hey, Savage, follow on Facebook. Oh, I appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, there's a sanity watch. Yeah, I play a lot of Nightmares, so I probably won't get to use the sanity on the watch too much unless I decide to start turning the sanity monitor on, which maybe. Maybe. Can we zoom in on these yet? Nope. That still doesn't exist. Wish the camera was a little closer. Which one? I don't have a way to check the watch on Xbox. I feel like you probably do. I just don't know what it is for you. Well, it's a little difficult for me to show you the new death animation as a solo player. I have it in my latest video I posted, though. Yeah, it's in the middle of the video. Hold A on Xbox. There you go. There you go. Okay. So orbicals is all we got so far. Oh my God. By the way, turn your headlamp off if you're using a tier 2 before pulling your journal up or you go blind. All right. Give me these two and one of these. Can you still use text for Spirit Box on PC? I assume so, but I haven't needed to. Yeah, at first it was giving me issues like the voice recognition stuff, but it's been fine. How do I check the watch on my Sega Genesis? You got to have Sega CD, Cheebs. You're already falling apart. You're already falling apart, man. Gotta have Sega CD. Well, what is this? In this economy? How are you, Mr. Cheebs? Lone, thank you so much for the subs, dude. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you near? Are you here? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Are you close? You angry? Where you at? Where it be? What it do? Are you here? Are you here? Scale 1 to 10, how annoying is the flashlight? Not very. Not very. silent ninja. That is not very silent of you. What the dude? Pardon? Dude, thank you for the subs. Holy Lord. Hi, Fritz. Oh my Lanta. Well, if you did just get gifted, please make sure to thank your gifter. Enjoy no ads. We have 7 minutes for those, by the way, so we're okay. We're in good shape. Oh my, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm getting over between COVID last week and allergies this week. It's like, it's attacking from all sides, and I'm trying to ignore it to the best of my ability. The update is ruined fast for me. Why? Why? I'm curious as to how it ruined the game for you. I don't want to say, like, I don't want to, like, throw away your opinion. I really want to know why. Lone, thank you for the subs. Mess, thank you for the follow. Alexis, welcome in. People don't like change, and that's totally fine. You don't have to love change. That's totally fine. Is it live? Well, lots of things are live. Updates the reason my grandfather died 12 years ago. See, this is why we can't take Chiba in public. Thank you for the follows, guys. I do appreciate it. Waiting on the update to finish? Gotcha. Yeah, what'd you just do? I literally watched the update turn. Like, I watched the banner change. The movement is slow and it feels off. I miss old Phaz. Well, the movement doesn't feel super slow to me. As somebody that has almost 4,000 hours in the game. What was the other thing? It feels off. Well, there's certain things that feel off to me too. Definitely didn't ruin the game for me. It honestly, King, in a manner of speaking, it feels the same to me too. There's certain things we are getting used to, but I like the idea of change because it's something different. Like the flashlight, right? We thought this was going to be a huge freaking hindrance, that this thing was going to be in our face, can't see anything. It's been fine. This has not been a problem for me. Nope, been fine. I dislike how small the journal is. I would agree with you. I think I dislike having to turn my headlamp off every time I do this. I agree that I think it's too far back. I wish that our hands would pull the journal closer. I think the reason that they did this is so we could still see the watch like this, which I don't know. When I'm pulling up the journal, I'm not too worried about the time. I'd rather him pull his hands closer so we can see the journal better. That's probably what it was if we were just guessing. All right, give me this, give me this, give me that, give me that, give me that. Okay, we're good. I don't see the shoulder light on the new model. Is it gone now that you hold your light in your left hand? I think so, Ninja. I don't like the fact that you can't see the journal good. Yeah, that it's a little further back. Yeah, I understand. Oh yeah, there's going to be a lot of criticism about the update, and that's totally fine. There should be, but there should be constructive criticism where people are saying, I would like to see this because of this, not just, I don't like that. I don't like it. That does nobody any good. Does nobody any good. You can still hold 3 items. Yep, absolutely. And then as of right now, whenever you have a flashlight in your hand, you rotate to where you don't have anything in your right hand, and then you can throw your flashlight down. Yep. Yep. Wish you had a cool ass train set in your basement. Well, you know, apparently these people come from money. All right, that's enough. Let's see. Through the book, we're not going to get that. I have the salt. Let's go ahead and do that. Yep. Okay. I guess we have UV. Good Lord. You love trades. All right. I don't have the third, right? I wasn't getting you or you. Okay. Hold. Hold. Cheese. Ross, thank you for the dono to St. Jude. Thank you, friendo. All right. I need to check for freezing. Let's see. Light the circle. Oh, okay. Light the circle. I'll be fine. On 2. We need to make sure. We really need to make sure I don't have spirit box. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you near? Are you here? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Are you close? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Are you close? Yes, the death animation and the revive animation are different. Yeah, I'm gonna post a clip of it. I just haven't posted it yet. Yeah. Doing a presentation on Shrek. Any tips, please? You're doing a presentation. Well, you didn't tell us what about the presentation. You just said that you're doing a presentation. So you're just walking up and just saying Shrek. So I don't know. Donkey. There you go. Hope you get an A. What button pulls the watch on when you're on PC if you hold right click? There you go. Right click. Guys, I have ads coming. Oh, that was weird. Oh, I think I just found a bug. So when I walk up to this while I'm holding my watch out and then I let go, Can I hold on? Can I do stuff now? Oh, trying to ruin it. That hand does not look healthy. Maybe it's the healthiest hand. Maybe it's so healthy that it can bend like that. All right. I do 3 minutes of ads every hour, guys. If you're a monetized channel on Twitch, you have to run ads. So I try to run them outside if I can, either outside or I run them in the lobby. So I'm going to go ahead and run them now. And then when they're done, we will continue forward. Take my strong hand. No, that's this. Hold on. That's this. Look at that. Hold on. You want to see something cursed? Hold on. I can make it happen. I can make it happen. Where is it? I can make it happen. Go away. Go away. Go away. Oh man. There's like ways you can do this where like it makes the camera disappear. Damn it. It was happening in the partner branch. Oh, I'll try it later. All right. So the ads are going to happen after the ads are done. We'll go back inside. I'm just waiting for them to start. But if you haven't seen what drop you guys can earn, this is the drop that's happening right now. Did they fix it? Maybe. Damn it. Ruin all my fun. The new characters in Phas are all double jointed. I have a stream open as well, so that way I can also earn. Would you just start already? Are we going to have to pay for that too? I surely hope not. Like, the fact that we have to pay for the necklace that we got from the Easter event is super weird. And I'm hoping that's not going to stay. Watching yourself? No. I've got Tommy Tom open. Yeah. There we go. There's the ads. I know that the St. Jude thing's not over here, and that's okay. That way just people understand there's an ad happening. Well, as of right now, we have to pay for it. I don't know if that's supposed to happen or not. I don't know. Glad I learned how to turn off the head bob feature. Oh, yeah. Oh, I turned that off immediately. The head bobs? No, thank you. Love watching the streams. What's up, Daisy? I appreciate it. I'm good. How are you? I thought it was going to be a badge, but it's a t-shirt. Yeah, it's cosmetic. Yeah. We might, I don't know. With the Alan Wake stuff, I don't know. Maybe we'll get another ID card. It's really hard to say. Percy, you are too freaking kind, friend. Thank you for the subs, man. TM, thank you for the prime. Welcome in. Hey, Divine Daisy. That's awesome. How the streams been going? Heck yeah. Do I have a moment to help you out with your game? It's the graphics. What am I going to do? Did the ads start? They did. If you don't have them, Jason, then you just lucked out and you don't have them. Sometimes, depending on your region, they might not be playing the ads in your region and you just don't get them, which is great. Yeah, they're going right now. Yeah, it's like another minute and a half. So you should be okay. Couldn't get my mask even I played through the event. If you played through the event and you should have it, I would say something to them. Yeah. Yeah, if you don't have them, then GG's. You got the ad lottery. So that's awesome. If you're not subbed or if you don't have turbo. We always say this. My suggestion to people always is, if you want to get rid of ads on Twitch, you should have Twitch Turbo. If you don't know what Twitch Turbo is, it's basically YouTube Premium. You have 0 ads across the entire platform. If you don't want ads, Twitch Turbo. If you want to support a streamer, subscribe. But my suggestion always is, if you're subscribing to get rid of ads, I would get Turbo to get rid of ads. It's bang for your buck. It's really the way to go. Smoke Sleet, thank you for the prime. Helps fill the silence during work. I appreciate you. Just got the update. It's weird at first. It's gonna, I mean, yeah, there's gonna be a couple things that are gonna be a bit strange. Yeah. I love Turbo. I've had Turbo for a few years. I love it. The hat thing from the Easter event looks awful. I'm sure it'll be fixed in a patch, but it's hilariously horrible to me. It's interesting. I thought it looked kind of cool. Yeah. What do you have to pay for now? What do you mean? As much as I want to support all the right. And that's the biggest thing, Faye, is that subscribing to people does remove ads, but it's impossible to subscribe to that many people if you watch a lot of streamers. That's a lot. That's too much to ask for one person. What is my least favorite part of the update so far? One of my least favorite parts of the updates probably would be, I'm trying to think. One of my least favorite parts of the update is probably the crouch and uncrouch when you're holding items, but they're fixing it. So I'm not that stressed about it. For you, it's the book. Oh, the journal. Yeah, understandably. Yeah, if it's hard to see, then I understand. ASD, how are you? Hello, hello. Ads are done, friends. Welcome back. Welcome back. What does it look like when I crouch with items? So if I'm holding like flashlight, salt, I'm just making sure. So you see this? You know what? No, I changed my mind. There's something I don't like more. And they're fixing that as well. Animation going from object to object. I want it to be instant. But they're considering doing that. Having to wait for the object to get to the next object? Yeah. Do I get in Phasmophobia? No, you get on Phasmophobia. Yeah, there's a difference. All right, drop all the things. I'm just going to pick up another lighter just because. What do I even have to do at this point? Repel, firelight, video camera. We have ultraviolet freeze. We think it's a Haunt tube because I don't have spirit box. So I need to bring a firelight down there and we need 3 unique videos. So actually, yeah, we'll bring these. We'll bring these. And then I've got a free hand. I mean, I could always bring a smooge. Ooh, or I could take sanity because this piece of crap is trying to murder our face off. There we go. Did you kick my power, you son of a bitch? I don't like the watch animation. The fingers look broken. It doesn't bother me that much. It's over here. Guessing our new character's farsighted. I like how I actually bring the journal. I like in multiplayer being able to see the objects that the other player has and being able to see if they have their journal open. Because normally what happens, the player's just standing there looking at their journal and you don't know. So that's kind of cool. I do like that. All right. That should still be freezing, so that should be easy photo. Nice. Nice. Talia, thank you for the prime. Miss Bot, thank you. Tassadare, thank you for the prime. Sorry if I say names incorrectly. We say them fast, I'm sorry. Well, don't mind if I do. Oh. There's no sound. There's zero sound coming from that EMF. Okay. Gotcha. What are your plans for Prestige 4000, especially since it doesn't have any rewards? Probably not to Prestige, if I had to guess. Reminds you of Beetlejuice? Oh, the attic? Yeah. I think when we first looked at this this map, we said the same thing. Did I break my fingers? No, I just hold them like that. It's a condition. I'm sensitive about it. Did I prestige? No. No. There's 0 rewards to be had after you prestige 20. Like after your prestige 20, that's it. You've unlocked all of it. Ninetails, thank you for the 6 months. Coldest Cheerio, thank you for the 2. Listen, a-hole. Stop it. So prestige is useless? I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say useless, but the benefit of it, it's purely just for pride, I guess. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can check. Yeah, I can check. Let me go outside real fast. Hold on. Let me turn my motion sensor sideways real quick. There we go. I don't want to hurt anybody. All right. Give me a second. I'm messaging with Monsieur Baron. Monsieur Baron. Has anyone... Oh, I don't know. I'd say the odds are probably likely that somebody has. Yeah, thank you for the follows, guys. Dark Demon, thank you for the pram. Pro move, turning the motion sensor sideways, reduces drag. That's right. It's a silly bug, but I like it. Reach 50%. Nice. Do you think anyone will get to Prestige 4000? Well, to do that, it's going to take you roughly 20 years. So probably at some point, but I mean, at that point, is it even relevant? How do you turn it sideways? You go look at your watch. There's a bug. Instead of, yeah, if for some reason it thinks you're trying to do that with this, I don't know why. Time, 20 years. Yeah, not kidding. Oh man, Baron's gonna have words. We're gonna have to tell him to, we're gonna have to collectively tell him to calm down. Okay. Do I have to watch for 2 hours across one? No, you can do multiple. It can be 20 minutes with me and 40 with somebody else, an hour another place. Yeah, just collectively. How does one look at their watch? Right click. Thank you for all the primes, guys. I appreciate it, man. You get 1 prime a month. 1 free sub a month. I appreciate you for bringing it here. It's ridiculous, but the point was to basically make prestiging unlimited. It's supposed to go forever, and 4,000 is the highest they can do. So that's why it is. All right. Papa Baron needs your hugs. To check your drop progress, go to twitch.tv/drops. I'm probably not going to prestige. No, I don't mind at some point playing lower tier equipment though. Why is it the highest though? Probably the Roman numerals. Hey Goober, thank you for the biddies. Captain, thank you for the prime. All right. Snow, thank you. Geaton, Jenna. Am I going? I don't know. I might be going. All right. We're going to take this ghost and go because I think he's going to be ready soon. Didn't get a noti, but I put him out there in the Discord. I wouldn't rely on the Twitch notification if that's what you're relying on. I would not rely on it. On 2. Yeah, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. We got the monies. That's what matters. So is the high... No. Not level 4,000. The highest level you can be is 9,999. The newest prestige you can be, highest one you can be is prestige 4,000. Not 20, 4,000. The reason it doesn't go up over 4 is because the Roman numerals only count up to 3,999. From 4,000 onwards, there's no modern solution. Gotcha. So there you go. It would just be, it would be them basically turning it into regular numbers at that point. Did they remove the radio guy? You know, I've noticed that I haven't heard him. Saw me on Facebook. What up, Shimmy? All right, I'm waiting for a response from this goober. Am I going to do viewer games? Not today. The radio guy quit? What happened? What did we do? What happened? Can we get anything for above prestige 20? No. Negative. You get nothing. Is there a way to adjust the FOV? Yeah, there is. If you go to options. Yep. If you go to options and you scroll down to field of view, there's your FOV. Issues with private lobbies. I didn't yesterday. I have not tried today. So we'll see. I'll let you know here in a minute or two. Show you how to customize the character? Yeah. Real quick. So if you go into the screen, the main screen over here where you do your equipment and stuff, if you go to customization, you can choose your character, 1 of 12. You can then pick their hair color. You can then give them piercings, glasses, rings. This, which I earned from the Easter event, but for some reason they're asking you to buy. Doesn't make any sense. Hats, jackets, shirts, pants, and then ID card. All of it's here. All right. He said he's ready. Should I host? Should I be the hostess or should I make him be the hostess? I don't know if I plan to prestige again. Unless they're like pretty confident that they're going to be adding rewards for above 20. I don't know. The only way to do facial hair as of right now is to pick one of the to pick the one that has facial hair. Yeah. Make him. Yeah, I like that. I'll make him. Do you have to buy with real money or in-game currency? There's no microtransactions in Phasmophobia. I don't think they're ever going to have microtransactions. They don't want to or don't plan to. Have you tried taking a video of a friend reviving? No, I haven't had that opportunity. I did get to see a friend getting revived, but I have not tried to take a video of said things. We're going to be joining up with our friendo, Mr. Ballon. I'm just waiting for him to be ready. So while he's doing that, I'm going to post this. The player character update. All right, wait on this nerd. He needs to change his outfit for you. Para, thank you for the 2 months, dude. Who are we waiting for? I did not listen at the time. Oh, Baron. Okay. He's ready for me. I wanted to just wanted to get this posted. Might as well. I'm kind of multitasking today. Okay, post this. Are donations to YouTube going toward? No, you have to do it on the Twitch side. Well, it doesn't have to be on the Twitch side, but it has to be through the Tiltify campaign for St. Jude. Yeah. All right. At some point, I will need to go upstairs in a little bit to check on little Miss Josie and make sure she's groovy. All right, let's see. Failed try again. Excuse me? How's the new update going? Going well. It's going well. An update is available. Please restart your game. Is that true? Is this true? He sent you a code. He did, but I'm trying. Hold on. I see no update. I'll just say on the way. There was an update. I see no update. Unless it happened so fast that I couldn't even see it literally after the game closed. Imagine buying a shirt for $5,000. That's not normally what you pay. Hey, what's up, Marcus? I also did not see one. Thank you for all the follows, friends. Welcome in. If you guys are not in my server and you want to get updates about when I go live, I always put out notifications when this kind of stuff is happening, so you know. The Discord link is in chat, friends. No, it still says a new update is available. There we go.
Oh, looky there. Oh, Lottie. Sir.
One of us is going to have to change.
Okay, sir. All right.
Wow.
I don't know
Imagine
what you're
spending $2,500 on a necklace, homie.
Wow. Wow. Sir, otherwise it's just an NFT. Is all I got for that, okay?
Oh, my word, sir. Well, you in a prestige today or what?
Okay. All right. You know what? Why don't you go first?
Okay.
And,
but you have to promise me that you'll also do it.
100%.
Okay.
100, yeah, for sure. Hold on, let me add in my guy real quick here.
Okay. All right, I'll wait. I'll look the other way.
AKA the only bearded guy in existence. The one
that's what you
option
got.
that we have.
That's what you get.
Yep.
It's a Baron.
That's what we got.
We'll wait for Baron to change his character. We'll get all nice.
I
and
really
close up.
hope that the cursed Halloween mask, the cursed Hollow mask for 2026, I really hope that it blocks my view.
Hold on, I kind of want to see it real fast. He's not going to do it. No, he won't do it. There's no shot in hell. I'm waiting for him to back out of his menu, unless he sees me right now, which I don't know. I should pull up a stream. Ready for the fast beard growth? Yeah. He doesn't? Okay. I'll pull it up so I can see it too. We need beards for Baron. Okay, yeah. He's customizing his thing right now. Okay, we're good. They grow up so fast. How long have we been in this lobby?
Oh my God. Sir.
Hey.
Sir.
Is this the party I heard about?
Can you see out of that?
What do you mean?
Oh my. Why did it go to? That looks even worse than it did before.
Look up. Oh, no. It's crouched, though.
Oh. Now I know how to make it as a content creator.
There you
okay.
go. There it is. There we
Mouth
go.
hugs.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
This is why we can't have nice things. Big accident. Thank you for the sub, dude. Looking great, though. Looking good. Look at you.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, I wanted hair for my guy, but apparently being bearded means you're bald.
I mean, it's under a hat anyway. What's the difference?
All right.
what are we doing?
So, well, we could. I tried doing the grafting glitch. That does not work anymore.
Oh,
Yeah,
Marlanta.
I know, right? Luckily for us, there's still plenty of other bugs.
Okay.
Features. There's plenty of other features.
Features.
Yeah. Is there a map that you want to do?
I'm down for
I put it
I'm
on
down for
customs.
anything.
We have all the cursed items.
Okay.
Because I figure people just want to see how funny it is to watch one of us die.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, if we want to do just some, if we want to do a few deaths just to get a look-see doodle, I'm cool with that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine by me. Small map, I guess.
Yeah, we'll put it on Tanglewood. I'll turn on the lights too.
Okay.
We don't even have
We
to
have
worry
not
about
played
it.
with the
And then
squirty
we got
cream at
cursed
Nels.
Items.
No, we have not.
Yeah.
We need to.
All right, I'm good to go.
Rocket. Curious if you can record them coming back to life. I'll grab a video camera. I'm gonna have to be fast though. I'm gonna have to be pretty quick.
We've arrived. Check the equipment and get set up before investigating.
All right. Let's do it. Squirty cream goes hard. It does.
So, does your character also look like he got hit by Vecna when he checks his wristwatch?
I mean,
if I only could, I'm gonna do it, God.
well,
It
it's
looks
just-
so
just
much
over-
better.
Just
Your-
overextended.
At your angle, it looks fine. If you look at it from like if you crouch and look up,
So if I crouch and look up?
yeah, it looks so much better. Yeah.
So crouch and look up. All right, going in.
There you go. Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh, hey, by the way, this is so random and stupid, but look at this. Why hold your motion sensor like this when you can hold it like this?
Now. Wait,
it's
how
a
do you?
kill shot.
How did you get it?
Okay, so drop your flashlight. Oh, no, there you go. That works. Oh.
Ah. Wait, does that work for everything?
I don't think so.
Would you like some salt? Oh, that would have been good.
It would have been good. It would have been good, but it didn't work. All right, let's go.
Now I'm gonna do that with everything.
With a flick of the wrist.
Oh no! I hit the wrong.
Oh, you smudged. Oh.
I'm sorry.
It happens to the
It's
best
okay.
of us.
I
It's
got it
okay.
Yeah.
The watch button is a
I got
right
an
click.
extra one.
Silly blue cat. Think of the 29 months. Goober. What do I think is the next map? I don't know.
You know what this makes me think of?
What?
Am I not turtly enough for the
God,
Turtle
stop,
Club?
Stop. Oh God, stop.
Turtle.
Turtle. God, you weirdo.
I'll be honest with you. It's so real. I'm so immersed right now.
All right. What are we using?
Well, the last time I used the tarot cards, I unalived myself. So.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Do that again. Yeah, the likelihood of me getting that.
Thank you for the primes, friends. It ain't gonna happen. Oh.
All right, Flash. Don't look it in the eye.
All right. Wait, where do I look at? Oh my.
Remember me.
Wait, who was that? I don't remember. Where did you leave the cards? Oh, they're right there. All right, here we go. Try it again. Come on. Oh. Bring him back to life. Oh, cool. That did nothing. God damn it. I'm bringing you back, God damn it. You're coming back. Do you hear me? Come on, Barrett. It's not working. Please. Oh, she also wants you to come back. Did you hear? Barrett, come back. Oh, God. Get out of here, lady. No, I'm pulling another one. Fine, take me. Take me. Take me. Hey. Well, I mean, it was bad anyway. Yeah, I knew it was throwing a lot. Poultry. Well, that was hot.
So sir, you couldn't see it. I'm gonna send you a clip on Discord. I'm gonna need you to take a look at this real quick.
All right. I couldn't see it. What couldn't I see? Hey, Killa, welcome in. Dark Wolf, thank you for the dono to St. Jude. Thank you so much, friend. All right, hold. All right, give me a second. I'm going to take a gander. All right, let's see. What did he just send us? I'll pull it up so everybody can see. Wait, who was that?
Why? Great. My guy died taking a shit.
Where did you leave the cards? This dude is in a full-blown squat.
Why? Great. My guy died taking a shit.
Where did you leave the... You know, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
When you gotta go, you gotta go. Sir, wait, hold on. Say something.
Yes.
Okay, it's so weird because in game, like as you were going around the table, as
Was
you
my
were
mouth
dying and you
moving?
were talking to the ghost, it was moving. It's not moving right now.
I wonder if that's if it's supposed to move. It's just not moving right now.
It's probably supposed to move. Let's be honest. It's
The old Elvis Presley
probably
death? Too
supposed
soon,
to.
dude. Too soon. Too soon. I just...
You know,
right.
I would be more likely to prestige.
I didn't even notice that, Doki.
They were like, hey, based off of the number that you have outside of 20, we're going to add that to whatever the total is, and
Right.
we'll give you that new number.
That would be nice.
That would be fine. But I'm not about to sacrifice almost 1,000 levels for
just
for
to
me
get
be
nothingness, basically.
to get nothing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I already get
What's we
kicked
not-
from
I
enough
didn't notice it
multiplayer
was a
lobbies because of my
$510
level.
donation
Being
to St.
prestige
Jude.
40 is like a guaranteed.
Because for me, the layout is weird and I can't see all the numbers in a row, so it looked like it was 51. Oh my God. Dark Wolf, thank you so freaking much. Hey, where you going? You wanna go inside? I like it. I like it.
Yeah, I got into a truck accident in '82. They had to fuse my spine to my neck.
Just go ahead and pour it down my gullet. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Shouldn't have done that, you did the boy.
Oh, Dark Wolf, thank you so freaking much, man. All right. All right. Do this. Do that. Yeah, if the mouths are supposed to move, that's great. That's awesome. Didn't know. Can you nod? Just doing a test. Can you nod at me? Oh, you can. Bag it up, bag it in.
I love that the arms are fused with the hands, though.
Oh,
I don't know how to move this on my own.
Can't do that whole belly scratch head pat thing.
No.
Why do they make the animated cards non-animated now? No, you just have to choose the animated version.
Well,
that's all.
Go la-dee-da. I don't know why we brought in FlashForce.
I don't know, just so I could see if it turned the power off. It was a just-in-case measure.
All right, here, ready?
Wait.
All right, catch.
Oh shit! I missed.
Oh Jesus!
Sorry.
Uh-oh. He's coming. He's coming.
Oh Lord, it's coming. Why me? What did I do? Eat this, you piece of shit, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, got him on the back of the neck. Did you see that? That's how you assert dominance.
I'm gonna be honest. That information.
Yeah, you didn't want any. Nerd. Oh God, Barrett.
Oh, you're okay. Oh.
Is he teabagging me?
Oh no. Oh. It's all right,
Yeah,
boy.
that's right. I'm
Hold
his.
on.
Get away from me.
Staying alive. Staying alive. Staying alive. Staying alive. Don't you worry, I've got the cards right here. I'm going to revive you. Can't read what that said. It's too far away.
Why
Hold
is he
on,
saying
I
it
need
like
my
an
glasses.
old announcer? Oh, hey, I can see what cards he pulls. I got the cards right here, see?
All right, it's okay. Aha!
That was a death
Almost
card.
died.
That was a death card.
I got a hangman full card. And then the next card I drew was a hangman card.
Oh, I almost died there. And then that literally lifted you up by your foot.
Is it just now?
I'm not kidding.
Look at me like that. Look at you with your young scruff. I'm the leader of this group, sir.
Hey,
it says so in my bio.
Listen. Did you hear what I said?
Wait, what happens if I get... Wait, hold on. Stay still. Stay still real quick.
That was awesome. That's my first time seeing the hanged
there
man
it is.
animation.
Oh, I could see that tonsil inside of there. Why that was added, I don't know, but I can see it.
Hold on. Let me see. My turn.
Nope.
All right, going in, and all right. Look at all that. We're just doing an inspection. Don't mind us. Say ah.
You son of a bitch.
So sorry. Shouldn't have grouched. Man, I would like for you to be able to see the hanged man. I don't, but like I'm going to be drawing cards for eternity to get it.
Bro, I can almost, you know what? I'm going to bet you 10 gifted subs.
Okay.
That this next summer we're going to go in here and I'm going to grab the tarot cards and I will draw a hangman out of that deck.
No, you won't. I bet you.
10 gifted.
Okay.
Well, you got to ready up, sir.
Oh yeah. I guess.
All right, if we're gonna
go. Clipped it. Thank you very much. Thank you for the clips, guys. He's gonna cheat. Baron's enabling his cheats right now. Watch out.
Wow, sir.
Listen, I just calls it like I sees it, Captain.
Wow.
Are there any map reworks? Not right now. I'm sure they're working on them. Oh yeah,
right,
you have to
here we
let
go
that
here.
full thing go.
Oh, there we go. All right. Let's see here.
Your first card's a hangman. Would be pissed.
That's just be like, ha ha.
Are the previous characters still in the game? No. It's all new character models. All new. The hangman was pretty sick.
It's all right. You want a little bit of this?
Hey, it's hunting you, you stooge.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh. Okay, I'm all right.
God. Can't take you anywhere. All right, go ahead.
Okay, all right.
Oh my God.
Damn.
He tried to run out. Updates killing you. You hate it? What do you hate about it? Queen, thank you for the 2 months.
Hey, that means that means that I Sir, this is wildly inappropriate.
Oh God! Oh God!
Oh,
Oh hey, look. I'm just standing there.
it's all right. I got you. Everything's gonna be fine, Black. Don't you worry. I got you, buddy.
Wait, what did he actually get?
And I broken the tarot cards.
So it wasn't real. What was it? Was it a full card? Oh, so I can't see the full version. Interesting.
I don't know what I got.
Ah, cool. I didn't see there was not a there was no just straight up
It's
hangman
okay. It's
card.
okay. It's all right. It's okay. Hold on.
Oh, the monkey paw. He could see me get revived if he comes down here and does it. Oh yeah, because the purple's the full. That's a really good point. Uh-oh. Wait, why do I cause shadows?
I wish for life. I wish for life.
That's kind of reverse of what you wanted, huh? I wish for life.
I wished for life beforehand.
Apparently, he doesn't like it.
Apparently.
Well, yeah, you know, that's how that goes. Looked like that didn't go the way you wanted it. Now did it?
Okay. All right, sir. Well, I
Unfortunate.
used up like three of them.
I know. That's why I look, and I could have just let you go, and I stopped it. Anyone know how to check the watch on console? I think some were saying A on like Xbox, I think. Hold use. Yeah. I think some were saying A. Yeah. Unless you changed it. Oh, Mr. Baron. You know, Chingus still owes me those subs that he bet us. He hasn't paid me without yet either.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying.
This is one weird belt buckle.
Oh my God. Yeah, I can see it right there. It's, oh man.
Well, you see, if you take a gander right here, there's your problem right there. Look, you got a loose button on your loop. Don't fix this. There.
Do you have the issue of every time you load into the computer that
Bloops.
it's so weird?
Well, see, if you look
Like
right
you're
there,
like
there's
like
the
you're
problem
like-
right there. Look, see, your britches are on wrong. See, look, what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to
you
go
know what?
the
That
other
makes
way.
total sense.
Yeah, it's supposed to be right to left,
Oh
not
my
left
gosh.
to right. That's your problem right there. Look right there. See, that's the
Oh,
problem.
that makes a lot more sense. Yeah.
I could just see
Oh,
your
I get it.
eyes.
I get it now.
Just the eye contact. Oh my God, Bloops! Thank you so much. Oh my God, it's so funny. Reminds me of the master of the show, Avatar: The Last Airbender. Oh my God. Why did you look like Walter White? You know, life. All right.
Have
Do we
you
keep effing
ever
around?
seen? Have you ever seen a director
Drifter.
in the wild?
A director?
You ever seen
in the wild?
a director badge? Yeah. Have you ever
Oh,
seen
no.
like they put in the director badge in there, and I'm like, nobody plays this.
No.
Nobody's out there doing this kind of stuff. That makes
Absolutely
no
not.
sense.
The director badge being the, are you talking about the black, like, kinetic staff badge?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. The only time that was really ever in the wild was when like Lavender would use it a bunch when he would stream, but he doesn't do that anymore. And then CJ, I guess, would use it.
It's true, but they only like for
It's-
them to play Phasmo these days is few and far between.
Not a lot. Yeah. So it's a lot of other games for sure. It's like you're picking your nose when you turn your headgear on. Sounds good to me. All right. So what are we thinking? Are we
All
thinking
right,
a normal
this time
map
around,
or
you're
something different?
using. I mean, whatever you want to do, sir.
Listen,
You know, I'm
you
down
had
for-
something in mind.
I'm
I heard
down
it.
for
Your little hamster wheel was turning.
I was
What
just
it?
saying you wanted me to see the Hangman thing.
Oh,
I
yeah.
wanted to see
Yeah.
the Hangman.
Let's give it a whirl.
So I guess we just give that a shot.
Drifter, thank you so much, friend. Dana, thank you for the
Whenever
prime.
you're
All right.
ready.
Hear ye.
whenever
That's all I got.
you're good to go.
I'm literally ready.
Whenever-
I am literally ready.
whenever
I'm
you're
already
ready.
ready. I don't know why we haven't
Whenever
moved.
you-
Alright, we're here. Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly before starting the investigation.
All right. Actually, give me this. Give me this.
There have been reports of a test
Already figured out what the watch really does? Yeah. It shows your sanity
Now,
and then you can see the
did
match
you
time.
know that different characters give you different hitboxes in this game?
Nuh-uh.
Oh yeah. Yeah, smoke it. Yeah, there you go. Smell it.
Thanks.
That's for you.
How'd you get that card background? It was whenever the Galaxy Showcase was going on. That was the only time to do it. All right.
Here I am, a man on a young tree. Oh God!
You just did it again.
I can't. I don't know these controls.
Can't take you anywhere. That's okay. I did it twice yesterday. Each time going, son of a bitch. All right. I'm ready to do this. Here we go. Hangman time. It's right here. Awesome. How you feeling today?
You're
Feeling
doing
better,
so
noob.
great,
Thank
dude.
you. What?
You're
Here, I'm-
doing so great.
All right, here we go. That's okay.
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to take my time so they don't break, hopefully.
Oh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Wow.
Come on now.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, way to go.
Oh, gross. A child.
Oh, it's a child.
Ewy. Yeah, get him.
Spirit.
Get him. Kick his ass, Seabass. Go get him. Yeah.
So I bet you're wondering, how did I end up in this situation? Well, let me tell you.
Yeah, it's a Dio. This is a great ghost to have for this.
You cannot defeat the turtle. The turtle. Yum, 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 yum.
We are walking our Dio kid.
God, this is a long hunt. It's
Aren't you
so much
tired yet?
longer. No, Jesus.
There we go. All right, let's try it again. Here we go. And ka-chow.
Huh? Watch out! Ah!
Okay, we're gonna kick it.
Kick
it!
I kicked it.
Oh, what
I
the?
kicked it with my Squidward leg.
Oh, my Squidward legs. Oh yeah, your Squidlies.
Yeah.
Squidly, 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 squidly. All right.
God, that looks so good.
All right, tower card. Oh shit. That was a
What'd
nothing burger. I don't know what that was. Okay. Okay, Wheel of Fortune green.
Okay, I just need you to draw a hangman card.
I am working on it. I'm trying really hard. Here we go. Here it comes.
There it is.
That's a hermit. All right. Here we go.
All right, doing it again.
Last chance. Son of a bitch. Wow, dude. Why you gotta be like that? Oh. Hey, do you want to look at the mirror?
Hey, look at it.
I'm looking. Look at it. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Ghosty, come this way. Come this way.
Where are you? on
you
you.
little bastard.
I had one the whole time.
Oh, you trickster. Where's the mirror? Where'd I drop it? Oh, God. Oh, God, Baron. Baron, please. Tell it to stop, Baron. Okay, we're fine. What the hell?
How many pickles can you stick up your butt?
Oh, come on. This is not the time.
I just wanted to know.
Oh, my
Where
God.
are you? Where's the bone? Captain, it's dead.
Can't take you anywhere. Yee! Evidence.
Let's go, teammate.
Yeah.
Hooray. Yeah.
Everyone brings up. Listen, he's the pickle guy, so it's kind of inevitable for that to happen. It's okay. It is okay. Oh my God. Hey, we got it right. That's crazy. All right, let's try it again.
Shall we try again?
Let's try again.
All right.
Watch, it's never gonna happen.
Let's run it back.
Run it back now, y'all. The most obvious DO. Thank God.
It'll happen if I do it.
Okay, but that's not the point of this. The point of this is for me to do.
I know, but I'm just saying. Okay, no, don't hit the extra button because then you're gonna smudge it. All right?
Thank you
And
for
then it's
letting
gonna
me
be
know.
weird.
I wouldn't have known. I appreciate your concern.
Well, thank you.
Oh, Ghostly, it's got to be through Tiltify, friend.
Papa Flash. Papa
What?
Flash.
What?
What was the ghost hunting like?
Well, back in 1847.
Oh my God.
Oh my,
I think I've seen nose hairs.
Hey, okay, that's rude. You don't just say that to people. What? Stop it.
Stop.
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 What are you doing to me? What is this?
Stop. In
Stop.
the name of love.
Why are you trying to touch me?
Before you break my heart. My child.
Too real. That's too real. All right. Hermit. Death card. Here it comes. If we don't move, it won't see us.
Oh, right. Hey. Shut up, bear.
Ball.
Ball. It's a ball boy.
It's ball boy. Oh, ball. That's my purse.
Oh, that's way That's way better to do that.
What's that?
So when the ghost hunts and
Yeah.
you smudge, just immediately throw it.
Oh, well, the smudge effect literally happens immediately. So that's not waiting
Right.
for the actual smudge burn. That's you son of a bitch.
Get like a photo.
Thank you.
There you go. I'm sorry, I was looping the ghost last time because somebody drew a death card instead of a hangman.
Okay, sure.
Hey, wait.
What?
You can catch the snowflakes on your tongue. Yep.
Okay, hold on.
Yep.
That.
Yep. Nope, it's just ash. Nope, hold on.
Oh,
There
near a
must be a
volcano.
fire.
Oh, God.
Pompeii, is that you? Pretty soon.
No. That's my brother's name. Nothing. Oh, so, okay. It's not showing me full card, but I'm fairly certain that was a full card because it turned purple. I had a high priestess, but it went
You
full.
sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Because I saw it with my own peepholes.
Wait, let me see if I can see it. If I stand over your shoulder.
All right.
Aha! Wheel of Fortune red.
Yes, sir.
So this is how you see it easier
Oh,
this way. Just
come
stand
on.
inside of your teammate.
Okay. That was the hangman
and you
full
just-
card.
and- I just know it. That one. What? Is that what you saw?
Yes. Wheel Fortune green.
I saw that.
Death card.
Yeah.
And
Let's
here she
go.
How do you feel about the update? I think it's been perfectly fine. I think it's great. I think that there's obviously things they're going to work on.
This is gonna work. I believe in myself.
Just sit here on this beanbag and watch.
That's right. You sit over in that chair.
Is there not a joke? I think there's supposed to be a full card, and I think it's messed up.
Hey, go!
Yeah.
Oh God.
I said
Ready?
not-
Come on down.
He's really hidden.
She's stuck.
I'm
I
not-
feel like she was stuck.
All right. Well, maybe this time,
honest.
maybe we'll dislodge her with a music box. Here, try to hide again.
Right?
All right. Get in there. Get in there nice and deep like.
Oh no. Oh no. Look, watch.
Here,
Ready?
wait. Here, just get.
Da-da-da-da-da.
It's fine. It's fine.
Da-da-da-da-da.
No, it's fine. Watch.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Get on in there. Get on. Get all snug in there. There we go. Get all snug. Hold on. Let's get that open. There we go. Look at that. You're looking good.
All right. I feel. Are you sure that this is fine, Flash?
This is gonna be fine. Okay, relax. It's gonna
Okay.
come say hi. Hold on.
I don't think it's gonna work.
Perfectly fine. I see nothing wrong here. Muta Murphy, thank you for the dono to St. Jude. Perfectly fine. I wish for life. Oh. Oh, Jesus Christ, what the hell? Are you okay? What did you see? Tell
God,
us.
She's coming back again.
Oh, round 3 fight. Quick, hide again. Hide in the same place.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
Oh, no. Oh, my.
You'll be
Don't let me
fine.
die.
You'll be fine,
Don't
Baron.
let me die. Oh my God.
You'll be fine. You'll be totally fine. Now he's sitting in the beanbag chair. Well, I can't let him go out alone. Goofy fishing. Thank you for the subs, man. All right, here. Let's see if we can land on top of him. Here we go. No, you can't use the same wish twice in one round. Come. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here's our chance. I'm sitting up. Okay. Would it be funny if he wished to escape while he was looping? That would have been actually extra funny. Ew, a Goryo.
Goryo. I
Ugh.
definitely went into poop pose again.
Yeah, I did too. Right at the end there. I went right into poop pose.
I feel like now we kind of have to just let it hunt and then stand in front of the toilet and see if we can get poop pose.
Oh. It could be worth.
Hopefully you don't
It's gonna be
fail
tough.
to get in a hangman this time.
We've arrived. Check the equipment and get sent up before investigating.
Why do we want to be in the house with that ghost anyways? Because we're hired.
Like, I love how that you can hold out your hand, but it only works for certain. Like, I don't know what makes you hold out your hand.
Oh, when you go to pick up an object.
Oh,
Hover-
yes,
hover-
but I could do that earlier. Remember? I was
Yeah,
was
I
holding
don't
up
know
my
what it
hand.
was that was happening. I don't know if it's
I
because
don't either.
You know what it might have been? Wait, were we in Edgefield? Like in the living room?
Yeah, we were in. Yeah.
It might have been because the music box was behind me. And there was
you
an
think it
item
has
you
that
could pick
kind
up.
of a range to it?
Maybe. Yeah, because hold on. Yeah, look, from here. Hold on. Let me scooch. I can do it from here.
Flash, will I get to be a content creator now, Flash?
My child.
It looks even worse when you hold your hand out.
It looks worse when you just see the eyes.
Flash.
Use the force. Let the force be with you. All right. Let's bring the norms and we're going to get that hangman card. Let's go. Easy.
Skywalker, what are we supposed to do? All right, Flash tells me that there's something funny that you could see over here if you get a hangman, and then of course Flash can't seem to get a hangman.
That's all right. I'll get one right now. Shit. Well, you gotta see me. If you're there, it's not gonna be as easy. Like you gotta have a good view.
Well, I think it just okay. All right.
Perfect
all right.
view. I like it. Hermit.
Oh. Okay.
Ooh, another one.
Oh.
Oh, a tower card. That's nice.
There we go.
Oh, moon card. I didn't like that sanity anyway.
No one does.
Oh, a sun.
Okay. Hey, this is what I'm talking about right here.
That's that bullshit.
Golden child bullshit.
That's that bullshit. Is that another one?
Who's that wonderful girl?
He is. he's that wonderful girl.
Oh, look, here comes a suitor. I love how in my screen you're holding up your left hand just to hold up your left hand.
Because I want
Your
to.
left hand looks like it's pointing a flashlight, but it's not.
Bloops. Oh my god. Thank you for the dono to St. Jude. Go, Dio, go.
A Dior.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's a Dio. Yeah. What the hell's going on? Nervy Jane, thank you for the dono to St. Jude.
As we observe the Flash's forces, trying desperately to prove that he is one of the other people, and being able to pull the death, the hangman card, really actually.
Fuck. It's not gonna happen because we want it to happen. That's the problem. I am Spooky Queen. Did I just wave my hand off like shoo?
You kind of look. The animation is kind of like, is this your car?
Hey. Oh, never mind. Here we go.
Mama used to let me. She used to let me play with the music box, but then she always told me that she would hit me with a hose if I set it down right, and I'd just throw it. Yeah.
Nah, I don't blame her.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my god. It silently came flooring it down those stairs.
No,
I just saw the sickle coming through the stairs.
Yeah.
Holy Christmas. We're gonna make him fight between us. Oh yeah, who's your favorite? Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite?
No, come to daddy. Come to daddy. Come to daddy. Hi. Hi. Okay.
No, come to me. Come to me. Come on. You know you like it. Your back is disgusting.
I was going to say, you think he's got asthma because of his nose?
I don't know.
He looks moist.
You have no flashlight in your hand.
What are you talking about, sir? All right.
I'm not exactly sure what this is that you're doing here.
All right. Well, I guess we go.
I guess. Listen, I don't know if there's a point in continuing to try this. It's not going to happen.
Look, we'll load in one more round.
All right,
and I
fine.
will show you how easy it is to get it, sir. Okay.
Might as well get the ghost right while we're here. Might as well. Ads are gonna happen in about like 2.5 minutes, friends. Just a heads up for everybody. Ghostly, thank you for the dono. Tank, thank you guys so much. Thank you for the donos, friends. I appreciate you.
All right, let me show you how to do it, sir. Okay.
Okay.
Wait, hold on.
Mm-hmm. Want to see something funny here?
Yeah, you throw it. Yeah.
Hold that basketball, look down, and walk.
What am I looking at?
You don't see the extra hand?
Oh, I do see it now.
Now, when you're watching somebody else, it looks fine.
Well, no, it looks like you fisted the basketball. It's
That's
like,
right. Maybe I did. Game on. Let's go. Yeah. I missed.
Wow.
Sorry.
Wow, sir.
Hi, sis. All right. Turn on the radio in the lobby, and now I can't turn it off. Mistakes were made. You should have left it alone. Thank you for the primes, guys. Sis, thank you so much. Coco, thank you for the biddies. Thank you all for the follows. Welcome in. Y'all are amazing. Appreciate you. the radio's loud?
Sir, I'm surprised you're not I'm surprised you're not rocking with any kind of brass knuckles.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, like, look at my guy. We run with the brass knuckles.
Oh, those are adorbs.
Yeah. And then look at the left hand. Yeah, look at that.
Doing a little bit of the red or a little bit of the green. I see
we
what you
got
did there.
a little red, little green, a little stop and go action here.
A little stop and go action. A little Chris Kringle, if you know what I'm saying. All right. Give me the smudge. Give me the smudge. Give me that thing. All right. Show me how it's done. Bro do be edgy, though. Yeah, skibbity. What?
Do you see with the headset on? If you crouch, if you teabag, what happens?
Oh, yeah.
Pick up one of the headsets.
Items. Oh, and just in general, if you crouch and go back up, they're all, yeah. It's going to get fixed.
See, my complaint is it's not that, like, hey, okay, you're going to fix it, and I get that.
Yeah.
But why release it when it's so broken?
I think there's just certain things.
I mean, that's all I mean by it. You know what I mean? It's just like, what?
You're not going to get hangman.
I would have postponed it. I'm going to get fucking hangman.
No, you're
all right? I'm going to show you right here.
No, you're not.
Okay? All right? That's a tower card. All right. Hold
Watch your
on.
heart.
Okay. Aha!
Oh,
Look
Granny,
at
get
that.
off the beanbag. Grandma.
Granny is looking moist.
Oh, she's offended. Oh, she's offended.
Oh, she got off the beanbag.
Oh. She got off her beanbag.
Oh my god. Titanic.
Why'd you do this? Oh my god. Look what you did. Look what you make mommy do. Run, Baron, run. Scoot your little ass, Baron.
Oh. How long is this?
That long. Shh, he's sleeping. Oh, full card. Okay. Hey, Mr. Body, welcome in. What if now I get it? He did go night-night. Oh my god. It won't happen. It just won't. Oh my god. What do you want? Get out of here. Punk. trying to take my time. Get out of here. Bringing him back. Even if it's a trade, we're bringing him back. This is for you, big guy. I wish for life. Oh my god.
What happened?
You fell.
Oh. Wait, I got an idea. I got an idea. Come here.
All right.
I wish for a big booty Judy. Damn it. All right. Hold on there. Okay. Mr. FlashForce, right in here, please.
Oh, okay.
Right in here. Right in here, please. Thank you.
Motherfucker.
Well.
How could you?
Hold on. Well, I mean, you could wish for us to leave.
I wish to see the ghost.
No, sir.
Game on. Wait a minute.
It's not a mare.
Would you stop it? Did I just hear a cruci burn from the truck?
No.
I can't take you anywhere. It's one of those games. Hold on, wait. Turn the lights off and turn it back on. Like, hold on, wait. Turn it off, turn it back on. No, not that fast, It's gotta be like off, count to 2, and then back on.
All right. Off. 1, 2, on. Oh.
But you're not supposed to move though. Hold on, watch. Ready, what? Okay, your necklace gives you away. Never mind.
Your
little glowy necklace.
All right, I got this for the Cursed Hollow event, sir.
That's what I heard.
All right. I unlocked the cosmetic, and then I had to pay for it.
That's so nice.
That's what you do when you win something.
Hey, donate again? Oh, to St. Jude, if you do ! Donate.
Not only did it burn one, but it burned both. Somehow or another. I don't know how.
Huh. Well, ain't that a thing?
Brucey buddy.
Hey. Tink.
Hey.
Tink, tink. I can't explain. Okay.
I think I can explain it. So I think what it is when the ghost decides to try to hunt.
There you go. That's all the explanation you need. Oh, it's a djinn. No, the tier 3 crucifix range is really wide. I wasn't expecting a djinn. Go on, you were saying?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, that was it.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
No, if it's
There
eating the
you
crucifixes, it was hunting from upstairs. Yeah.
All right.
Night. Thank you for the dono to see you.
What else can we do here? You know,
Maybe
I mean,
that's a little funky monkey.
Oh.
I don't know. That's a great question.
Funky junkie.
Outside of just normal investigation stuff.
This right here is in fact Zach Baggins. Yes, this is 100% what Zach Baggins looks like. All right, sir. That's also just what Flash. This is legitimately what Flash wears on a regular basis.
It's
right
pretty
here.
factual.
This is
this is basically just me.
Yeah.
Got your shirt.
If you were trying to describe Flash to a police officer, you'd have a hard time picking him out of a crowd.
Wait. What do you mean?
Well, I mean, I think I know. Oh, wait, did you see, by the way, what I got in the mail yesterday?
No.
I don't know if you saw it.
If you can,
Did you see what I got in the mail?
if you look, go over to my stream real quick. Let me know when you're. Let me know when you're. Please, thank you.
All right. Is that an AI image of Chinggis pointing?
It is. Somebody got it for me, and they sent it to me, and I was like, "This is amazing." And the best part is Chinggis hasn't seen it yet.
Oh no! I just love you immediately put it on him in the back. How do you get drops, bro? You just watch the stream for 2 hours, bro.
Now I've got Chinggis yelling at me all the time.
Yeah. Oh
And
my
you
God.
better believe that every convention moving forward, I'm taking that with me, and I'm gonna get Chinggis to sign it on the
No,
convention
what we
floor.
do is no. We let him walk in front of us, and we just carry it behind him like a flag, like a banner.
like a banner.
2 hours, yo, what? Yeah, Skibber is, yeah. What level am I? Prestige 20, level like 500 or something. Yeah, I don't know.
We've arrived.
You got me.
Get the equipment and get set up before investigating.
All right, what's the goal here? Still in the custom. Is this to do the curse stuff?
Object. Go and take a
Well,
closer look.
well, I mean, kind of, but then also people are telling me that Sunny Meadows Restricted is busted and that it's the full map.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know.
no cap, dead ass, bruh.
I'm learning this.
Gotta pay the
as,
phantom tax.
as you are. We can play it legitimate though.
TCO,
See if
thank you for
see
the-
if the ghost follows us.
Thank you
through
so
here.
much for the dono, friend. All right, I'm bringing a smudge because I don't know if I trust him.
Sunny Meadows Restricted.
All right, so this is apparently broken and it's full.
What I'm being told.
Peanut in the update? I think the update's been great. So
You folks have ever seen this?
that's down.
Do you have a? Let me grab a crucifix.
Oh yeah. You're right. I got a lighter. I don't know if we need any sanity or not.
Yeah, I can bring in.
Okay, that's open. Downstairs is open.
I'll grab the sanity. I'll grab the sanity and I'll grab a lighter.
Roger that. Also, side note, yes, I see nothing blocked.
Yeah, I don't either.
Got the shirt. Let's go. I need to probably claim mine too. Okay, so side note, if you go to play Sunny Meadows Restricted, you are playing full Sunny Meadows now no matter what.
VR players?
You said how it affects them?
Yeah, like with all of the changes, does that affect
Oh.
around the VR players?
I don't know. That's a really great question. I haven't talked to anybody that like mains VR.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Listen, I'm sure that it affects all 12 of you guys.
Hey, there's a few couple in there. Hey.
Listen, there's at least.
All right, you got the cruci down?
No, I just brought drugs. 1 second.
Priorities. Let the stream play while I'm working for the last 2 hours. Totally worth it. Hey, let's go. Do you have all the cameras then or just the restricted areas? Ooh, even better question. I'll have to check when I go back to the truck if we live long enough to go back to the truck. Yeah. Do I know how to look at the watch on PlayStation? It should be the interact one button. So I assume on PlayStation it's probably what? X? I assume. Yeah, looks like a lot of people are claiming the shirts, which is awesome. I don't know how long I'm going today. I just knew that I was going to be going for at least a few hours, and I'll be streaming tomorrow too. All right, Brucey's down.
All right, here we go.
All right, light one. Take a sanity. He's going for it.
I'm going for it. Oh shit. Oh no. Why does the sanity make that sound now?
Because it's giving you the juice.
My God, that sounds so wrong.
Phoenix,
Okay,
thank you for the dono to St. Jude. Is it hunting?
I don't know.
Nope. Okay. I'm gonna just try to make it hunt.
It can.
I don't know if it can. Wait.
What if you did? Hold on. What if you did? What if you wished to see the ghost from the monkey paw with this being lit? Would it spawn it here?
I don't know exactly. I wish to see the ghost. I wish to see the ghost. Okay. I wish to see the ghost.
All right.
Oh, cool. I can't see shit.
Is it hunting?
You tell me I can't see. Yeah, it's hunting. I can't boop the snoot. Just promise me you won't let me die, okay?
Yeah, I'm beginning to think. I don't think that it's actually here. I don't know.
It'll be fine. I'll just stay here.
Oh my God, what was that?
What? I've
Are you
accepted.
gonna do a chin up over there?
Yeah. Gotta get my workout on. All right. This hunt's gonna take 15 years, isn't it?
Well, now, what happens if... So if the ghost is...
Oh,
If
is
the
this
ghost
open?
is...
What?
Yeah. Well, the hunt's over.
Oh, okay.
The cross... So the cross is lit on your screen?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, it's lit. Not to mention, like, the flame lit up from the middle and everything.
I got nothing on my side.
Okay. Oh, yeah, this is lit for me. Cool. Fudge. Wonder where it is.
That's the Easter egg apparently only for content creators.
Yeah, you just have to be good enough.
What it is. I don't know. Are all these open? Can we get out of here?
No. Seems a little buggy. Yeah, a little bit. Okay. I wonder, you know, someone made a good point. I wonder if the cameras only show the wing where the ghost is.
Maybe. That's a good question. Or that's a good thing to...
Boop. Started playing because of the vids. The first person I followed and then followed Doc. Learned a lot of the drops. That's awesome. Heck yeah.
Hold on. I'm going to check the...
Okay.
There it is. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we got... we got power.
What was that? I could see. What the hell? All right. What do we got? Oh, hey, that's still broken.
Female wing, hospital wing.
Unless it's literally in restricted.
No, this has every camera angle.
Okay.
So that doesn't
Well, no, if it's restricted, well, no, because it wouldn't show these other ones.
yeah, it wouldn't show the other ones. It
That's
shows
true.
everything, though.
Okay, yeah, it's effed. Okay. Restricted is broken. Correct.
Hooray.
Huzzah even. New weekly? Ooh, I do need to do that. Oh, yeah. Maybe when I break apart from Baron, maybe I'll do the weekly.
I guess I'll take a hallway. You take a hallway?
Sure.
All right.
Actually, I'll start up here. Roger that.
It's hunting.
Noted. We think that Sunny Meadows Restricted is bugged right now, where it's actually making it the full map every time instead of actually being restricted.
It's in the back by the kitchen.
How the hell you know that?
I'm in the back by the kitchen.
Oh, did you touch it?
I'm about to.
Give it a squeeze. Did it break in the patch? We assume so. The weekly is broken? No, it is not. Is it really? Well, then, if the weekly is broken, I'll wait.
Oh, hey, how are you doing?
Hey, how are you two doing?
I'm doing good. Doing good. So. Ha ha ha!
Hey, we're safe. Hey, lovely Lily, how are you? Oh, we've absolutely seen what happens when you crouch and look up. The weekly is broken. What's broken with it? Because I'm not going to obviously waste my time.
Hey, no. Now listen.
Hey, you guys doing the laundry? What's up?
We're working on some stuff over here, sir.
Right here, I'll put a coin in.
Oh, yeah. All right. Got him.
Oh, is this machine broke again? Gosh dang it. Here, we'll work on this one. Here, hold on. Let me put my smudge in there. There we go. All right. What the hell? God dang it. None of these machines work anymore.
The power out again.
God dang it. Knight, thank you for the dono to St. Jude. Of course. Yeah, of course. I'm glad you guys are able to get the drop. It'll be going on for 5 days. So you'll, for me at least, on my side, you'll be able to earn it today, tomorrow, Friday. Thank you. He's over here. He's over here. Come get him. Do I play console? No. No. Wow, it immediately farted. It did sound kind of loud, but it was... did I have an electronic... Yeah, I mean, it wasn't speeding up. This electronic was within range. 100%. 100%, and it did not speed up. Where'd Baron go? Is he back over here? Is he back over here? Where is he? Where'd he go?
Chad was saying that they think that I'm better than you, Flash, but I told him, I was like, that's not even possible because you wouldn't have, because you probably in these scenarios, you probably would stay alive longer than I would. And I was just like, yeah, Flash is you know, Flash was a much better player. Where are you, Flash? Marco!
Son of a bitch.
Marco! Flash, did you go back out to the truck?
We'll just let him wander. Just let him wander. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. Don't mind him. Does he know? Yes, he knows. He's well aware.
Oh my God! Flash, don't worry, I'm coming.
Let him figure it out. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. I'm not worried. I'm not worried. Ghosty really feels like it's following them, though. What's my only complaint about this update? Oh, I have a few. I have a few things I would like to see fixed, changed, adjusted, but that's stuff they're going to work on. Shirt's only in white. Yeah, that sucks. That sucks.
I got you, Flash. I got you, buddy. Oh, yeah.
Monkey paw.
Taylor cards. Okay, Taylor
Oh.
card.
If he gets hanged man right now, this is going to be majestic.
Okay.
Oh, do I have a...
Okay, no.
What? When he's... Why do I have a flashlight? When he's pulling cards?
Oh, shit, son. Damn it.
Was that cross always on fire? No, it's because we lit the summoning circle. The ghost light, you mean? I guess.
I wish for life. I wish for life.
I'm not going to be able to see. The ghost is going to start hunting. I'm going to get got. This is going to be bad. It should work. It took me a couple tries too.
Hello?
There's a watch on our arm. It has a timer on it. Can we use it? Yep. How? By just looking at the time. Yep. It's not an actual timer. It's just the time that you've been in the match. I don't know why this light is appearing when he pulls cards. Oh, it's like his flashlight's in my hand. Got the shirt, bruh.
I don't know. Flash, I'm sorry.
Who took the bell? Hey, good morning, bruh.
Flash?
Did he hear that?
Oh. Alright, ding the bell once if I'm sexy, twice if I'm like an ogre.
I hope you can hear that the whole time. Oh, it was a mayor. Yeah, your wish didn't work. It's all kinds of jacked. That's okay. How you feel about the update so far?
Like,
Been
I
good.
didn't, the ghost didn't appear when we lit the summoning circle.
Yeah.
I didn't get the flames on the crucifix. The wishes didn't work. How did you die?
Oh, I was goofing with the ghost, and then I ran into a room, and then it followed me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens when you new boot goofing.
Nude boot goofing. What the
All
heck?
right. What would you like to do, sir?
I think we give... Listen, the cards are not working in our favor. It's just not happening. If we just do... Don't stop. Listen. Shh. You stop.
Sorry.
Hold on.
Okay.
Wait. Here.
Oh my God.
I bought a new
man.
cream yesterday. Can you tell?
Oh, that smells nice. Smells like mahogany.
Did you say mahogany? What were you about to say?
Yeah, mahogany regrets.
Okay, listen, that was last year's flavor. So what if we did a normal hunt
Okay.
somewheres?
Normal
Just to get
hunt.
the feels. Just wherever. I don't care. Not
Okay.
at Sunny Meadows restricted.
Well, I mean, okay, if you're gonna be that restrictive about it,
Gonna be a little
then I
picky.
guess.
Do you want to do Nels?
Yeah.
We do Nels.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
All right.
that's fine.
Squirty cream time. Like you make it, I'll make you a steak dinner. I'll offer you some squirty
Oh.
cream.
Well, now we're getting la-dee-da.
Thank you for the follows, guys. Gandry, thank you for the 4 months. Gak, thank you for the 3 months. Lazy Gaming Girl, thank you for the 2 months. Thank you so much.
So, what is your honest opinion on the update? As honest as you can be.
Honest opinion about the update. Overall, I think that the update is totally fine. Like, I think there's stuff that they've added that's actually great. Obviously, there's things that just need to be worked out, tweaked, so that way it doesn't feel so either wonky or it doesn't feel just ridiculous in a way for certain things. Stuff is obviously broken. So as soon as they get that stuff fixed, I think it's great. I think that there's stuff that they're going to work on and get rid of, which is fine. So them possibly getting rid of the animation going between objects, that's going to be super helpful. It's not immersive to me to watch the objects get brought in and taken out, but they're going to fix it.
Right.
The video camera, when you're holding it like this and it's taking up most of the screen, they're going to fix it. We just have to be vocal about all this shit.
But how would one be vocal about it?
By going to socials and saying, hello, socials, this is what I feel. Or going to their Discord and saying, hello, other people that are flooding the server.
What if you don't have access? What if you don't have access to their socials or their Discord?
Well, what if you gave your opinion to someone else and they could share the opinion in those socials?
Yeah, but then that would require trust, sir. I don't know.
That would require a little trust. This is true. Percy.
I like my honest opinion about it is I agree with what you said. I do think that there is some cool things that they've brought in here, and I do like the fact that at least now we have player customizations on the board.
Right.
So at least now we can say, all right, we have it.
Carrier pigeon.
There can be tweaks made to it that can fix things. Hopefully they get fixed quickly.
Right.
But I'm also a bit disappointed because that I feel like, I don't know, with play testing or how they did their testing, or even if they did testing, I don't know. There's just so many bugs that to me, I feel like I should be getting paid for all of the quality assurance that I'm doing to the game right now.
Now, I do want to keep an open mind about that part of it, because I've got a feeling that there's a lot of stuff that was reported. It was just them, I guess, feeling this need to push it through without fixing those things first.
Yeah, but I get the need to push things through, but we've waited for 5 years for it. Right? What would be 3 more months?
A lot of people
they announced this like a week ago.
That it's 3 months later.
I mean, true, but that's the same song and dance that they've done for the last 5 years.
Right. I think
you know what I mean?
Maybe
like
in their mind they're thinking like, well, if we push this out now we know what we need to fix and we can work on that faster, rather than trying to get absolutely perfect before it gets released. I don't know. It's so hard to say what they were thinking.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. Great questions, though. Very valid. Thank you for the biddies. Feli, thank you so much. Felly Beans, thank you so much for the biddies. Bags, thank you. What the fuck? Thank you for the follows, guys. You guys are amazing. Thank you for being here today. I know this is obviously not a time that I normally stream. For those of you that are new, I normally stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 8:30 and Sunday at 1, all Eastern time. So, like, tomorrow, I'll stream again.
Sir, I just realized we still have it on the custom with all of the
Ah, crap. Well, we might as well make use of it.
Just do it like, all right.
Make use of it, and then we'll do an actual
play
hunt.
legitimate. Yeah.
We'll do a legitimate one next. So let's pull the cards.
All right. Well.
Yeah, I say we do that.
Okay.
Give me. Oh, by the way, here. Pick up the controller.
What controller?
The remote control.
Where?
The remote control for Dusty Trip.
Oh no.
For me, it looks normal, almost normal. But for you, it does not. 8:30 a.m. or p.m.
1000% honesty here.
Let's follow the path of.
I had no idea that
Have
this
you
was
never seen this?
I've never seen this.
What the hell? I love this.
I've never seen this.
The amount that you play this game and nobody has been like, Barrett, have you not tried the TV?
Yeah, not a single person.
Wow. You tell your community they're gonna get scathed. They're getting scathed. You can turn the jukebox on and off, yeah. To the promised land. Going gets mighty rough, but they don't seem to mind.
It's California.
It's the place they must find. Desert and rocks are in their way.
But they won't stop.
Oh, I like it, by the way. I forgot to tell you.
Yeah, I picked that up.
Wow, I can't believe you've never seen that.
I've never seen that.
That's so
a
funny.
single time.
You can turn off the TV. You just have to get the
This time
remote
around,
control.
You got the hangman.
All right. Perfect. Nailed it. She burst all the lights. Who needs those anyways? Wow.
Hooray.
What a sweetheart. Here we go. Let's try it again. Now she's hunting. Son of a bitch.
All right.
God dang it. Oh, I don't have a smudge.
I don't either. Down the dusty trail. Flash, you son of a bitch! No!
Order up. Believe in what exactly? Where does this, oh, there he is. Hey. You okay, big guy? I got you. Hold on. I got you. Here we go. Here, I can't get your face. You're facing down. That's okay. I'll just get the rest of your body. Cheese. There we go. You're going to be a part of the new Gap commercial I'm working on. All right, let's bring him back to life. Just loading. It still says coming soon. Wait, what says it's coming soon? Oh no, shit. I went too fast. Explanation of all the cards. Sure, the tower card basically does nothing. It's supposed to increase interactions based on your sanity for 60 seconds, but it really does nothing. The hermit card traps the ghost. Wheel of Fortune green gives you 20 sanity. 25 sanity. The Wheel of Fortune red takes away 25. Moon card takes away all your sanity. The sun card gives you all your sanity. Hermit card traps the ghost for 60 seconds. The high priestess gives you a free life. The hanged man basically insta kills. Am I missing anything? What do you want from me? Oh my god, stop breaking all the lights, a-hole. Oh, hey, the bone. Hey, I found the bone, Baron. Where's the camera? Oh yeah, the death card causes an instant hunt, and the devil card causes a event. Yeah, there you go. All right, let's make some steaks. Chaotic for the 4 months. Telling you, man, me and Hangman cards don't happen. It's just not a part of my repertoire. I wish for life. I wish for life. Hey, stop egging me, a-hole. God damn it. I wish for life. I wish for life. I wish for life.
You know, one of these times I want to see that animation.
Piece of shit.
Hey.
I wanted
hey,
you to be alive while I
wait
did
now.
this.
Hey. Wait.
Son of a bitch.
Hold on. Hold on a second.
Are you looking for the ghost room?
Hold on. Yeah, we got to find the ghost room here real quick. I saw this thing on TikTok that says it's true.
You look like some old man walking around. I saw this on the TikTok.
I've seen it. I'm telling you. It was there.
Yeah, the monkey paw recognizing
that
phrases
water
has been a little weird. What?
They're from the back kitchen over there?
What are you looking for?
The ghost room?
I mean,
Here it is.
it's probably in there. Yeah. Watch.
All right, see? If it is in the ghost room, then this will be a double yoke. And look at that. Oh, double yoke.
Oh my
and
God.
Gray.
Oh, look at it's a black
it's
egg.
the
It's
ghost
here.
room.
It's here.
Oh.
Oh, it's gone. Oh, it's here. Oh, it's gone.
Oh.
Oh, it's here.
Oh.
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 Update doesn't look too bad. No.
All right, there we go.
You little scurry.
He don't do it. He's just a boy.
Ghost ID hunting egg. That's right.
Yeah, Flash has got to die for science.
What do you mean for science?
You know what? I'm not saying that they're immune to the ghost because of his status, right? But,
You literally
I'm not saying
watched
that
me get got by this ghost.
Sir, I have not seen no such thing. Thank you.
Easy, Mayor. Put the steak down next and see if it rots. That would actually be kind of cool. People are losing their mind. They are. They are. But a lot of people, like, again, do I think it's perfect? No way, shape, or
All right,
form.
let's
A lot of
do
work, yes.
let's do just a nightmare mode.
I like it.
Okay, nightmare mode.
A little nightmare mode. I like
right?
it. Yeah.
Yeah, little nightmare.
Little sneaky nightmare. I like it.
Little point home.
Oh, you hate it here
No.
too? Oh, okay.
All right, fine. We'll do high school. All right, fine. We'll do Grafton.
Is this broken?
Is what broken?
Grafton.
In what regard?
Is this playable?
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, every map's playable, sir.
All right.
If you're wondering if I'm going to do any kind of wizardry, then no, I won't do any kind of wizardry.
Okay.
Gosh.
I need to, I'm going to load in and then I need to run upstairs and check on the doggo, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Once we load in, I'll go upstairs and check on the misses. We can load into the map, though. He's looking at his watch. Oh, my God. Oh, I thought we were in dark mode for a second. I was like, oh. All right. I'll sit in the truck for a sec.
Okay.
All right. Friends, I'm going to go upstairs and check on my doggo. Make sure that she is doing honky-dory. Okay? And then I will BRB. I heard the door from here. Say hi to Josie for us. I absolutely will. All right. BRB, friends. Okay. All right. We're back. So, sorry. Mrs. needed to meander outside and do all the stuff. Hey, you dead yet? All right, roger that. No, he's in there. I can hear that door creak all the way from there, like it's next to me.
Yeah, some of the audio stuff, like when you're running around, the audio stuff looks like, it feels like it's a character that's right next to your ear, and it's not coming from you.
Right.
But it's coming from, like, it'd be like if I was, like, right here in your ear going, or, like, down here, and if I was like,
Jesus Christ.
I think the ghost is up in the attic, but it's also now to the point where it's haunting. So
Oh, that's hot. All right. Just, we can't take that guy anywhere. Thank you for the follows, guys. I appreciate the patience. Had to go check on the doggo, make sure that she was doing well, and she's good. Just had to make sure that food was getting ready, and then she's good to go, which she is. Got your drop, nice. The hell? There we go. Head pats for Josie, always. What do I? Do you?
I think it's up in the attic.
Do you hear like an object bouncing around?
No?
Okay. Noted. Mr. Tater Cheap.
Oh, one thing that I will say is that what I wish that
Yeah.
is like, so you got the different characters, but
Yeah.
then you have the, I would say like, you know, you have like 6 or 7 different like hairs. Well, shit.
Give the bald character with the only beard some hair. Hopefully that'll come soon. Baron?
Huh?
You okay?
But yeah, I wish that there was a couple of different hairs that I could pick rather than just one hair based off of the character.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like I like my beard. I like my beard guy, but just because he has a beard doesn't mean that he has to be bald. You know what I mean?
Right. Where's all the hair? Where's all the hair pieces at?
All right.
Okay. So it started
I got
downstairs.
2 crucifixes, but we got freezing breath up here.
But I assume it started in the room below because it's jacked up.
Maybe. I mean, I can definitely see my breath though up here. So. I don't
Oh
know.
yeah. So we got the freezing breaths.
Yeah, it's 3 degrees in here. 2 degrees.
Hey, Mint Lavender! Thank you for the raid. How are you? I'm gonna boop the crap out of this car. might die.
I
Yeah.
think he just threw something in the doll room.
Like I said. Is power downstairs?
I believe so, yeah.
Seb, if you do exclamation point drops, you should get a link that tells you how to do it. Power has been booped. I still hear something down here freaking out.
What now?
I booped the power.
Oh.
I booped it. I booped it. Or imagine the well, yeah, Fina, I know. Customization's feeling more proof of concept with rather than a finished product. I would agree. Yeah, no, you can't look at this and go finished product. There's no way. All right. Well, this thing's being an awfully big weenie.
Look, it's doing its best.
Is it?
right?
Is it?
It's new to its environment too, Flash. Okay.
Advice for first-time streamers? Yeah, don't be afraid to go live. Don't be afraid to go live. Lav, thank you for the 3 months, man. Did they fix the backs? They did. There's an object just flipping the hell out. All right.
Put a crucifix in the doll's room, and there's a crucifix upstairs.
Okay. I just want to see if it's walking around down here. Yeah. Yeah. The backs are fixed. The necks are definitely broken.
Yeah.
Sir, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I
There's
think-
nothing to see here.
There's some ecto there. I
There's
can see
no,
it.
there's
What is-
not.
what is that? Is some ghost ecto if I've ever seen some there, sir. I've seen it. Oh, is that your belly button? Oh,
What? Stop
Yeah,
it.
that's
You,
good.
sir, you better listen.
sorry. All right. Well, I think I picked the right ghost room.
Let's see. Or is it doing that from a distance? Nope, it's here.
Yeah. No, it's here. For whatever reason.
Can I claim the drop tomorrow? Yeah. So it was freezing up here and then it moved all the way to the doll room. Makes sense. Today, I probably won't be streaming too much longer. All right, nothing there. That's hot. Bro.
What are you bowling?
So we have, hold on. So we have freezing temps in the ghost room. Yeah, it's 10 degrees in here, but the ghost is here for sure.
Wait, so we have freezing temps up in the attic, but the ghost room is definitely downstairs?
The ghost is definitely inside of the doll room, but I mean, you said we had freezing, right?
No, I said it got cold. I said it was
Okay.
like
Well, it's
2
definitely not
degrees
super cold.
upstairs. Okay, it was like 2 degrees Celsius.
Roger that. Here, we'll turn this off for a second. We're on Nightmare. Yeah, we're on Nightmare. What is my favorite part of the update? One of my favorite parts of the update, honestly, is the ability to adjust or choose the ID card the way we want it. Seriously. Don't like how small some of the gear is. Just make sure that we give all the feedback, man. Yeah, give all the feedback about it. Bro, indeed. Yeah. Slightly mashed, thank you for the 8 months. Galactic Nova, thank you for the 3 months. And Galaxy, thank you for the 9. Appreciate you guys. Your favorite is not the way that your hand does the contortions? I mean, listen, as nice as the watch is. Oh, is it because I'm crouched? Oh, when you're crouched, it's not that bad. When you're not crouched, that's the problem. Crouched, not bad. Is it up there trying to do anything to you? said, what's it trying to do to you?
He's trying to eat my booty cheeks.
All right, we'll touch it. Oh, you actually did it. Oh, it went away. You killed my friend, you son of a bitch. You killed my friend. And now I'm gonna look at his corpse. Oh, coming to gloat about it, huh? Yeah? Whew. Where is he? Where's his body? Baron, where are you? Well, don't just stand there and hand me a spear. Oh, it's like you went to reach for it and you couldn't get it. Oh. Excuse you? What the hell did you just say to me? One of these effing dolls just tried to say something to me and I don't know what it just said. He's clearly, I think he's faking. He's faking. Look at him just standing there. Oh my god. Ender, welcome in. Sub Kai, Lucian, welcome in. Yeah, Taka. Yeah. For now, it won't be too much longer, for sure. It's a pretty nifty shirt. I would have to agree. I would have to agree. I'm half tempted to guess the ghosty and get out of here. It's kind of scoffed. I missed like a bunch of the stuff at the beginning because I was taking little Miss Joe out. He had done a bunch. He said it was cold. We don't have freezing. Like, we're not getting anything. This ghost is literally everywhere. Literally everywhere. It walked in the salt. I don't even know. Told my friend about the drop and he pulled up the stream to start his 2-hour timer. Well, no matter what, I'll raid into somebody that is playing fast. So you'll get to keep earning drops no matter what. Yeah. The 2 hours is collective. It does not have to be with one. Collective. All right. Let's say that we don't have writing. He said it was cold, but we didn't have freezing. I don't know. We definitely didn't have UV. It's acting normal speed right now. Or did it seem a little faster? I don't even know. 95%. Nice. Nice. How to get notified whenever I do viewer games? Yeah. I always say something either in the server or on the stream. All right, Barrett. I'm going to go with you know, the one that's got the stuff and the stuff in his face and things and stuff. You know, the Obambo. I just want to bring it back. Yeah, people were saying that the weekly challenge is effed, so I apparently can't do that.
Wow, Flash is a hacker confirmed. All right. Wow, sir, what kind of program are you using now?
Yeah, sometimes you got it, sometimes you don't. You know, I think that's probably the easiest
right.
way to go about it. Though, listen,
Like,
there was
sir.
the smallest bit of knowledge was that ghost didn't sound normal speed.
He's a wizard. A wizard.
Or if they actually confirmed what was wrong with the weekly, or if they didn't understand it's zero evidence. Oh.
So, All right, this one totally the legitimate playthrough.
Okay. Okay.
All right, let's see what we can do.
Roger that. He's gonna try to kill me. Heard a lot of hate on the update so far. Why is that? Because some of it is janky and it's not as clean as people want. They don't have enough customization that they want. Yeah. Anything new, people are gonna pretty much tear apart. It's just the way that it goes, man. I'm getting a smudge. There's enough in here that I would love to see changed, but I like the stuff that they have done. So, cool with me.
I found the bone.
Did you touch it?
I also found the ghost room.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm gonna go get Norm. He deserves a ride on the rocking chair. Here, Norm. Enjoy your ride, little buddy. Oh, I didn't mean to drop my lighter. Ah, shit. There we go. There we have it. Again, Seb, I repeat, I either will say it on stream or I will post it on the server and the socials. Yeah, typically. All right, let's do this guy. We'll bring the video camera, the dots, and the book. All right, I have a feeling Baron went to go find... Oh, God. Uh-oh. 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 Something's broken. What's broken? Baron? Are you using the curse possession? You know what gave away that you were using? No. Get in here. Get in here. Listen, I swear to God. You listen here.
Combat mode engaged.
No, you listen here, bucko. I knew that you were using it because some random light circle appeared for me. That's how I knew.
What is that supposed to mean?
Like I said, like earlier. Okay, so I was dead, and you were pulling tarot inside of Sunny Meadows, and it was like I was holding your flashlight.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's weird.
Yeah. When am I going to do the weekly? I've got.
I don't like what you're insinuating, sir. Thank you very much.
I didn't insinuate anything. What are you doing?
I grabbed the Ouija board and I brought it up to the ghost room, but I didn't use it. Thank you very much, because my audio's busted for some reason.
Because I couldn't do it.
Yeah. All right. So I don't want to hear it, sir.
Ooh, so, gotcha. Gotcha.
Oh, fancy.
Footsie doodles.
Oh.
More prints. He's taking Norm for
Nobody,
go Norm
ride!
ride. Oh, riding.
No, not riding. Ride.
Riding. That's what I said. We have riding in the book.
Well, we got fingerprints and yeah, that's our
Yes,
two
sir.
pieces.
Yes, sir. All right, get more stuff. There's a door in there, unless it's still the damn horse. How do you change the skin? Are you inside of Phasmo right now? Loving the enrichment for. Listen, he deserves the best. Okay, he is Norm. Hear him roar. Parabolic. All right, give me this. Ghost Rider. Update, downgrade, or upgrade? Upgrade from the generic player models. What door is moving?
All of them. They
No.
all move.
That's not what I asked. Thanks.
They all close on their own. Now you'll definitely not be able to tell if you got a urine.
Oh, ghost rat.
Got it.
Game's telling you to restart the game, but if so many times and still not letting you do anything. Oh, I don't know.
But it won't stop until it closes fully.
Son of a... Get out of here. Get out of here. Nope. That's not the door. Do I not have a lighter? What? I thought I did. All right, never mind. Might be the front door. I don't know what it is. I'm freaking out, man. I enjoying the update. It's been fun. It's been fun. I played with Tater yesterday. I did. Where? Unless I threw it down and I didn't realize I threw it down, which that's the only thing I can possibly think of.
Oh, Jesus.
Go in.
Shut the door.
Oh, I threw it on the truck floor. How?
I opened the door and it was right there. I don't know. Don't look at me. I didn't do nothing.
That sounds like something that somebody that did something would say. All right. There's that. Shut up, ghost. Oh, yeah, I got to turn the power on. There's that. There's that. Give me the smudge. All right, let's go.
Okay, now I will say
Yeah.
that the turning on the lantern. Oh, it just tried to hunt.
Uh-huh.
Turning on the lantern for the that animation. That's kind of cool.
It is cool. What does
That
suck
one
is
I
that
do
if you go to place it a little early, then it doesn't
and then
work.
it just goes out. Yeah.
All right. So let's see. So you were playing with Norm. Myling Polti Obambo Demont. Le Demont.
No, me.
No, Norm.
No, me.
With a G. How long plan on streaming? Not too much longer.
Chad,
and
which
then-
one do you think it's Norm, right? With a silent G, or do you guys think it's Nomathy? See, even the ghost
I
thinks
told
it's
you, the
Nomathy.
ghost hates
More
Nomathy.
responsive.
Look.
No. See, that means it's down. It's down for Nomathy.
No,
Yeah.
it's up for Norm. Up for Norm.
Did you get that?
Yeah, I saw
you were
that.
supposed to get the video requirement. sir.
Oh, I'm supposed to record the video? Did it just throw something at me? All right, I'm on it. All right, door move, disturb salt.
I mean, listen, I was in charge of the videos and the sound sensors, or in the sound
just turned the
recording.
dollhouse
One
on.
person was in charge of the photos and the sound sensors are all fine. That coincidence? Just saying.
Yeah. How you find the new update? I think it's been great. Wait, we don't need a video of this booger, do we? No.
I mean, you could get a video of it.
If it decides to show up. What up, John? Nice. All right, videos are done. You happy? Keep yelling
I
at
don't.
me.
So, to keep it completely vague and to not tell either of our chads anything, Chinga said that everything went great.
That everything went great?
Yeah, everything went great today. Whoa! Wow!
That was one hell of a smooch. I saw that.
Oh my
God.
You got the
Ma'am.
goosebumps on that one.
Marriage.
Marriage.
Dude, this is the... I swear to God, this is another map where some object is just losing its mind.
Okay, wait, hold on. You got the parabolic mic, right?
Yes.
All right. Hold it, point it over towards that way.
Okay.
Tell me if you hear anything weird.
Nope. All normal.
Anything?
No.
Anything at all?
Nope. All good. It says it's downstairs over here. It's literally in the ground in the in Nancy's room.
I don't hear anything.
Yeah, I can only use the parabolic. Use the parabolic. And look towards Nancy's room. See a little blip?
I don't get. I don't hear.
See the
I don't
bleeps
hear anything.
and the creeps.
I mean, like,
Lion
you threw
sucker
an
shit. I can
object.
see it. I can see it on the. I can see it on the parabolic.
Sure.
I can see it. It's right there.
Sure. It's like
It's right there. And you're looking at it. It's right there.
all right. I don't hear nothing. you hear something.
Oh, I can't hear shit. This is a Myling.
Hi, he's over here, Goatee.
Hey!
He's over. Hi, he's over. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, here comes your girlfriend.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, never mind. She left you.
See, now you made her upset.
Well, you brought her moldy bananas. What do you want?
We didn't. Well, how else are you supposed to make banana nut bread, sir?
Non-moldy banana? No, bro.
Riddle me that.
Oh, yeah? I'll
Be
tell you
fair,
how.
I've
I'm
never-
calling my mom.
Don't. Okay, you don't.
You just
Okay, you
wait
have to
till I get a
dial-
hold of her.
You have to dial out.
Hey, BTK. Oh my God, he's in the fridge.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
Ha ha ha!
Okay, so not a poltergeist.
Area code's gotta be somewhere in the outer rim. I think it's a Myling. It was really quiet.
You think it's Miley?
I think so.
Is that what you're going with? Wow, you said she was really quiet, sir, and now look what you did.
Well, she used to be. Hot dog. We're good. We're fine. All right. Is that
right,
wait, is that everything?
I think so. I mean, I got all my stuff done.
I got all my stuff done. I was tasked with my job,
Hooray.
and I did it.
Let's go, sir. Let's go. Let's go.
A little curious. If the door will throw you out.
I see myself in the mirror now. No. Okay.
Negative. No.
What are you standing over here hoping that it tries to hunt us, sir?
I don't know. I'm just saying. Oh, God.
Well, it does.
Didn't work. Which is a great thing. It's a good thing. We don't want it to work. Do you hear we can, like, all the objects being thrown? All that stuff, and we hear 0 steps? That's a sign of your myling. Oh, ghost fart. Oh, God. My mouth's open.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, it didn't work.
It did work. It worked. It worked beautifully. Watch. Let it hunt again. You'll see. Hold up.
Nearly unlocked the shirt. Nice. What the hell?
You want to meet my girlfriend?
Sure.
Hold on. She'll show up here in just a second. Sarah? Oh, there she is.
Oh, you guys are so cute together.
Yeah, there's a picture of us. Yeah.
Where is it?
Cheese! She threw it at your face.
She stinks. We gotta get out of here.
Sir!
No, no, no. You leave Sarah. No.
Oh, okay.
Get out of there.
I'll never love again.
Nope. No more for you and Sarah.
Wow. I thought he was going to
Think it's horrible? I don't. I don't. A lot of people are not super happy and they're like extremely upset about it. I'm not.
All right, let's do this. You got it?
Yeah, Obambo, let's go.
What?
What? Yeah. Heartbroken? I'm not. I have over 4,000 hours in this game and this did not ruin my game. Yeah. No, not at all.
Sir, I think I'm going to call it there for me for today.
I am too, sir. Agreed upon.
I appreciate you, though.
No, I appreciate you.
No, I appreciate you.
No, I appreciate you.
Oh my gosh, sir.
Appreciation.
Combat mode engaged.
Turtle.
Yeah, you might not turtle enough for that. Turtle enough.
No, it's okay. I'll take you to somewhere that's doing Phasmo.
All right, but
it's
sir,
okay.
I appreciate it. Thank you for
Of
thank you for
course.
showing me around with everything. And
Of course.
yeah.
We'll
If I
find
could
some
just,
we'll find some more games here soon, whatever it may be, whatever stupid stuff might happen.
Yeah. I know Break was talking about, she really enjoyed, we played Presfall the other day.
Okay.
Chingus is not a fan of it, but Break is. We could
Interesting.
probably browbeat Chingus into doing it.
Okay. I mean, listen, I'm down to try anything, whatever.
All right. So yeah. I appreciate you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Bearduns. We'll see you later, sir.
Thank you. And then if you want to, in his chat, just remind him to prestige his account.
You shut your dip. Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. I should be able to claim my drop as well. Hold on. I'm not prestiging. You shut your mouths. No, no, no. It's not happening. No. I've earned a copy of a game. That's not my drop. What? Ah, there it is. Claim now. All right. I wonder if... Okay. I claimed it. So let me go into this and back out of this. There it is. There we go. High Priestess t-shirt unlocked. I think the only thing that I'm not a fan of is the fact that it's a white t-shirt. It's not black. So I think it's not going to stand out that much. See it right there? I mean, I guess that's kind of cool, but I would like to have the black background with the angel wings and stuff. I think that'd be pretty sick. I don't care for the new animations. They're too far away. Some of them I think are, like the journal, I think is too far away and needs to be brought closer. We already mentioned that the switching of the animations between objects, just remove it. There's zero need for it. It doesn't give any immersion. Like, it doesn't help. So when you have objects and you're switching between objects, which is really funny because when I went from the clipboard to this, there was none. But just switching between, I don't need animation between those. And they've already said that there's a good chance they're going to remove it. So we just have to keep being vocal about stuff. I know some people are not happy about it because they don't like this or don't like this. But if it's just saying, I don't like it, I hate it, and then that's it, and you end of story, then I guess you're just not playing the game anymore. I guess sucks to suck. I'm not. I think it's totally fine. This doesn't break the gameplay for me. I think there's just certain things I would like to see changed. Easy enough. The plaque on the wall, that is if you played before they added the prestige system. Wish the shirt was purple. Oh, the High Priestess one? That'd be cool. Yeah, so if you played the game before they added the prestige system, you have one of these plaques on your walls. Yeah. Do you think the devs will actually adjust things? DK's already said he is. Oh, he's already stated that he's adjusting things. Do I have the list of what he said he's going to do? Yeah, he's already told us that that's going to happen. There was a list here somewhere. I know that I'm allowed to show or say. Let's see. Fixed the, so like adjustments that are going to be coming. Fix the stutter on the headgear when crouching. Fix the general equipment stutter when rotating. Tier 3 video cameras now to the side and not blocking the view. Looking into removing the equipment switching animation so that it's instant. Changing the salt so that it places instantly instead of at the end of the animation. Fix for the dead body flying around. I kind of don't want them to fix that. The head rotation now has a limit for up and down for multiplayer, so it won't look as cursed. Ouija board haunted mirror will no longer be flipped when you drop them. Some equipment has been moved closer to the screen so you can read the values easier. Some of the cards have been fixed as their descriptions, foil badges are displaying correctly, and a lot more. So that's already what we've been given a list as of today. So they're working on it. Yeah. Like I said, this is not broken for me. Patch notes said the switching animation will be taken out next week. It'll probably be it'll probably be taken out with the Alan Wake update. Yeah, they're listening to people. Yeah, they're listening to people. And that's what we want. We want them to say, we hear you guys and we're willing to make the changes if you guys don't like this or don't like that. Yeah. It's a new update. It's obviously got bugs. Yeah. Yeah. How long do we have to beg to join? Oh, forever. Because unless I'm playing viewer games, it does you no good. Yeah, and it's just going to look weird. So I would not suggest it. Playing for another 2 hours? No, I'm going to go find somewhere for us to go and drop you guys off to that is playing Phas, where you can continue earning your drops. Because I need to finish up doing some more work things for the day. Yeah. What are we thinking about the watch with the sanity? Oh, I think it's great. I think it's fantastic. I don't need suggestions. I like to look myself. Yeah. I think it's awesome. All right, let me end it on the tubes and the keeks though, so that way we can go raid somewhere. I appreciate you guys, friends. Thank you. Thank you for all the donos to St. Jude today. Thank you guys for all the love. I appreciate you. I'm glad a lot of you guys got your drops. You have until the 11th to get it. So if you didn't get it from me, you can get it from either somebody else or you can get it from me tomorrow. Yeah. I feel like it's a bit buggy in the moment. I hope they make a patch soon. I mean, what's buggy? There are certain things that seem visually buggy, but like as for gameplay wise, it hasn't been that bad for me. I do wish that it showed the percent instead of the timer thing. That would be nice. So it would be a little clearer as to how much sanity you have. Yeah. I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30, and Sunday I stream at 1. Yeah. Photocam takes random pictures. I have not had that happen to me once. Not a single time. Monkey paw not working. I had to ask it maybe a couple of times and then it was working. I think some of the cursed possessions are a little bit off right now, but that's okay. Take a photo, drop it, it'll take 2. Has not happened to me yet. Yep. So if it could be bugged. It could be a problem for sure. Make sure to report it. No, you need 2 hours collective. You do not need 2 hours from one stream. 2 hours collective. Bugs are bound to happen, yeah. And the more vocal we are about the bugs and saying that these things are here or those are here, I noticed this is happening. It's for the better. Yep. Thank you, Dag. Appreciate it. Thank you for all the follows today, man. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you. No, it's everybody. It's not just partners. No, anybody that is streaming Phasmo and has drops enabled has the drops. Yeah. Wild Cherry, thank you for the prime. But yeah, let's go find someone to say hi to. Let me close the game. Yeah, you're welcome, of course. Yeah, they went live today for everybody at the same time. Same time. Thank you, Bloops. Thank you guys so much. My gameplay isn't broken. Watching for 1 hour. Do I need to watch any? Yeah. So if you've watched for an hour already, when you watch for another hour, you'll be good to go. Yep. And then you'll get the notification on Twitch that you got the drop and you should be good. No, thank you. No, thank you. If you guys haven't seen it, I have my video posted from earlier today. It shows basically my first impressions from yesterday of the update and then me playing with Tater for a couple of games. So that is there. That is live. I know I didn't get a chance to do it today like I was going to, and I'll do it tomorrow where I was going to do the different tiers. We'll definitely do that tomorrow. Yeah. Bree, thank you for the gifted. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for the follows. If you're not in my Discord and you want to get updates, the Discord link is in chat. Rest of the socials, so you can check anywhere where I'm putting different short form content, long form, whatever it might be. Make sure to check out all of our teammates from Midnight Society, all the things. Okay. Let's see. Did I miss the wheels? Are you going to do them later? I'll do them later. Yeah, I'll do them later for sure. Nice number. Oh my God. Thank you for the primes, guys. Supreme, thank you so much. Bomba, thank you so much. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do I don't think I'm going to do the cosplay wheel for the wheels for the month. I'll still do the good wheel and the bad. Oh, well, see, I was hesitant about the good wheel and the bad wheel because of the St. Jude stuff. I don't know. Yeah, it's okay, Plague. I got it. Yep. I always look for who I'm going to raid. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, friend. King Slayer, thank you for the 3 months. We are going to go. Let's see. I'd say forego the wheels for St. Jude stuff. That's me. I think so because the stuff is going to be included in the St. Jude stuff. So like the beans are going to be included with donos to St. Jude and all that stuff is. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Nate. Got the shirt. Hell yeah. Let's go. Hell yeah. Well, it doesn't matter if you need 8 minutes, 1 minute, or 2 hours. When I raid you into another Phasmo stream, you will continue earning. So don't worry about it. I got you. I'm about to raid you somewhere right now where you're going to get to continue earning. You're good. Yep. Thank you, Phoenix. Thank you, Mayor. Appreciate you guys. Chaos, thank you for the 7 months. All right, let's go. Let's get out of here and do stuff. Friends, if you are a follower, that's for you. If you're a sub, that's for you. Creepy tier 3s have their own. Let's go say hi to one of our friendos who is currently playing. She's on Sunny Meadows, and she's playing with somebody else too, which is good. You had to uninstall, reinstall? Oh, damn. But I'll be live tomorrow, guys. So if you're looking for more stuffs and things, I'll be live tomorrow. We'll check out all the different tiers tomorrow for sure. 100%. I will not be live tonight. I'm not normally live on Tuesday anyway, but I'll be live tomorrow. All right, Addy. You guys are awesome. I love you all. Thank you so much for all the love today for me and for St. Jude. You guys are effing amazing. Love you guys so much. Thank you for everything. I will see you guys tomorrow for more fun. Goodbye.